Tuesday. No one cares about Wednesday. Thursday. Forget that noise. Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the rear end? Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the rear end? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, trash. Thursday, Friday, forget about that. Friday, Saturday, where it's at. And Sunday, sleeping in, eating brunch. Hit the beach or hit the mall. Go out with friends, do nothing at all. Sleep in, watch movies, read books. Anything goes, just take a look. Are you ready for the weekend? Yeah. Are you ready for the rear end? No. Are you ready for the weekend? Yeah. Are you ready for the rear end? No. Are you ready for the weekend? Yeah. Are you ready for the rear end? No. Are you ready for the weekend? Yeah. Are you ready for the rear end? No. Are you ready for the weekend? Yeah. Are you ready for the rear end? No.
Whenever you have to ask the question, does insert whatever here make me gross? I think you know the answer is probably yes.
No,
but you're hoping someone else backs you up and goes, no, you're not gross. But in this particular case, and I think as we're celebrating moms all week for Mother's Day, Allie, we can say that you are gross, not unexpectedly gross.
You would have done the same thing, though, I think.
I don't think I could have. There's no way I could have.
Okay.
When, in fact, I think I've been in a similar situation before. And I think that immediately that's something that you have to take care of.
Yeah, but you don't know my circumstances. So
well, I don't think that, once again, details are not important at this point.
No, I think they're extremely important. They're what guided my decision. There are two crucial details here that made me make that decision.
You need to judge. Let Allie know on the text line, 800-520-1067. You're going to hear a story for a minute, and then I just need to know gross or not gross.
So
let me start with this.
God, you're rotten. A monster.
Don't listen to that guy.
One vote.
Listen to me.
One vote is gross out of the gate.
Okay.
A pre-vote. In fact,
you can't pre-vote.
Does anyone want to pre-vote here before Allie tells the story?
Gross.
Jake,
We want pre-vote.
Jake, Jake, what's your pre-vote for?
Okay.
Jake?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
That's all right.
Vanessa, you want to pre-vote?
No, Allie, you're not gross.
Thank you. I got one not vote.
Johnny, got a pre-vote? Gross or not gross with Allie? She hasn't told the story yet.
All right. Come on, guys. All right. So I
didn't get my pre-vote.
I know what you're... All right, thank you. You don't have to vote by making that sound.
Yeah, you
can
do.
just say your vote.
Text in that sound if you're voting gross. Go ahead. What happened?
I forget it. I won't tell it.
All right. The jury, it's unanimous.
Hell yeah.
Allie's gross.
No, we went to Orange County on Friday, and I loved it so much. I said, why don't I go back?
You're voting
Why
for
am I
yourself.
voting for myself?
Allie's pre-voting for herself is gross.
I went back to Orange County on Saturday, and I took my kid with me to go visit my cousin. Halfway into the drive, I'm making good time. If it takes an hour and a half to get to Huntington from where I am, I'm doing pretty well.
You drove to Orange County on Friday for the thing we did, and again on Saturday?
And again on Saturday.
Wow.
So halfway through, it's raining, mind you. Raining.
Yeah, we get it.
Okay. My kid's back there. He's watching his little TV. He's watching something, and he's kind of burping. And he used to get sick in the car, but it hasn't been a thing for like a year. All of a sudden, he's crying. I look back, and he has puked all over himself and all over the little TV thing.
Party.
And I go, oh, my God, I did not even think about this. I don't have anything with me. I have baby wipes, maybe like 3 of them in a little pack. I don't have a towel. I have like an old T-shirt, maybe. And I think to myself, I'm making good time. It's raining outside. If I pull over, there's nothing really I can do.
Yeah, you got the rain. You got nature shower right there.
Yeah, but it's like that annoying half rain, half not rain, where it's like drizzle and annoying to be outside, but not enough for it to really do anything. I can't clean with baby wipes, especially 3 of them. It's not going to do the trick. So, and if I pull over, especially in the middle of the freeway, it's going to be chaotic, and the traffic is just going to be building in front of me. So I just kept going.
How long?
So how long did you let your son...
Sit in his own vomit.
Right.
He felt better right away, guys.
You don't know how he felt right away.
He did. I said, is your tummy still hurting? And he said, no.
Right. Okay.
No, but that's beside the point.
He's covered in his own puke. And you decided, I'm not going to pull over and deal with this.
I looked behind me, and it didn't look like that much. And it was the same color as his shirt.
Okay, so the question is, were there in 5 minutes, or was it we have another 30?
No, I was halfway there.
Okay, that is
So
gross.
another like 45 minutes.
Also, what was the color of his shirt?
double down.
It was beige.
I'm going to double down on my vote of gross from earlier. And I think that
As soon as I got there, I cleaned up what I could. I even brought the car seat all the way up to my cousin's place, washed everything.
Oh, God.
Because that's
Poor people. Allie shows up there. I got puke here, puke here.
Okay.
Did you bring
It
a
was
gift?
just
Did you bring a present?
Why would I bring a present? I'm visiting my cousin.
Oh, man. All right.
Look, all right.
Well, the
Why
first
don't
vote out of the gate on the text line is blah, from 208, followed by a and followed by a lot of A's, L's, and H's. So I assume that's another vote for gross. God, she's
951.
right.
If she had just had a tiny load towel with her, this would
Man,
have been a game changer.
Vanessa, your tiny towels would have saved the day.
There
Yet
was
again.
no reason to pull over. I stand by my decision.
All right. Well, we can all agree Allie's gross.
Blech.
another vote, Allie. Push you over the edge. You want to be a winner to start your big holiday weekend? Call us now, 800-520-1067. Got the final round of Gunshot Firework as we will take a listen together and figure out. It's a game that we all play in Southern California. Sometimes we play it year-round, but especially this week, man. This is the one week where I think we say to ourselves, well, maybe.
What was that boom?
Maybe that was a firework. Usually, I think we think gunshot, duck cover, etc. But we'll give you a chance to play and win. Up for grabs, tickets for you to go to A Quiet Place Day 1 in theaters today. And we'll get you in. And all you got to do is be on the phones now at 800-520-1067 for the final and the hardest one yet. Yesterday, what was the gun, Jake, yesterday? It was a...
I think that was a Remington 22.
Right. That was a gun.
Rifle.
That's
Semi-automatic.
that's Allie. What gun is that, Jake? Let me hear that one again, Omar. What gun is that?
That's a pea shooter.
That's right. Good stuff right there.
I do love pee.
She sure does. It's the pee in the pool shooter is what that is right there. Let's get to it. It's time for gunshot or firework. Hit it.
When you live in LA, you hear nightly. That's just Ali. Here I can rock. Talking about the sound that happens on your block. Firework or
All right, let's say hi to 626. Get you in on the game right now. This is exciting because you get a chance to not only win yourself some tickets, but also bragging rights. And whenever neighbors come running and say, what was that? What was that? You say, I know because I played the game on KROQ. Daniel, you ready for this?
Yes, we did, guys.
Sweet
Sweet
dibs. Listen closely. You only get it once. Need an answer quickly. Everyone can play along, and here it is.
That was fireworks.
Confident.
With confidence. See, sometimes it's how quickly they come. Other times you wait for something. He says fireworks on that one. With confidence. You know the difference, huh?
Yes.
Let's find out.
Nice.
You got it.
I was wondering if, you know how Jake can identify the gun, can Omar identify the firework?
Omar, you know what type of firework that was on sound alone?
You know, that sounds like the Big Eagle 2000.
Wow.
If I think,
So close, dude.
That's a Black Cat 247.
Jake, that is... That was called...
Useless information.
That was actually called Wild Screaming Rooster, if you guys really care.
okay.
I do have the names.
Wow.
If you
You
actually...
really do?
Oh, yeah, that's wild. Because here's the scoop.
It does sound like that.
Let's play a game. Is this Klein or a firework? Let's go ahead and see.
Between your rooster screams and my pop-pops.
Yeah, Omar, what would the 4th of July sound like if you're really on a budget and you're really trying to play? There you go. Get you ready for the holidays.
That's a free one for you.
Daniel, hang tight, buddy, and hold on, and thanks for listening, and thanks for playing, and enjoy yourself some tickets to A Quiet Place Day 1 in theaters now, all right?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You know,
Hold
we
on
were
one sec.
talking to, we were all talking about where we were going to be on the 4th, and Jake said he was over fireworks. Was that you, Jake?
Yeah. I haven't been into fireworks for quite a while now.
Do you feel
Whoa.
like when you reach a certain age, you just kind of like every firework looks the same to you? Or is every single one awesome?
Here's the thing I've noticed. I like a couple of things I realized that I have not grown at all from when I was 5 years old. For instance, if I hear an ice cream truck, even as an adult now, I think I hear it, and then I take a second to confirm that I'm hearing it, and then if I see it, I will yell, even if it's just me and no one's around, ice cream truck, like that. Like I'm like, and then I go, what the hell are you doing? You're an adult. You can go to the store and buy all the ice cream you want.
Yeah.
With fireworks, when I not so much hear them, but when I feel like I do see anything out of the corner, like unexpectedly, or I'll see something, at Universal Studios I'm driving by, or maybe sometimes like by the Hollywood Bowl they got fireworks, and I'll catch one. I have a second of like, oh, so cool, fire, and then I realize I also don't really care.
Yeah.
But I do get very excited in the second I see them.
You also do feel that way about the Goodyear blimp.
Oh my God, I sure do. That is
I've
so
been with
true.
you when you've seen it, and you're like, there it is.
I've
It's
almost-
a Goodyear
Oh
blimp.
my
and I'm
God,
like,
really?
okay.
The Goodyear blimp?
Who cares?
I have almost crashed my car when driving
And
by.
then he sends me videos.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't care about this blimp.
There are three things. I get strangely
There are three
excited
things.
when I see the blimp, and then I also don't care, but I just get excited when I see it. I'm like, that's the blimp!
No, that carries over to me because I saw it like parked in its
Yeah,
hangar
oh,
one
when
day,
it's-
and
oh,
I was like, Katie, it's the blimp. And
Yeah.
she was like, okay.
Yeah, I
And
know.
was like-
You dumbass.
I was like, what have I done?
Yeah. That is. Those three things, I get excited, but the excitement lasts for seconds.
Yeah.
And as you know, the watching of the fireworks, the problem with it in general is, and I know Omar loves parades and probably loves fireworks and this and that, is that you always get some a-hole who stands next to you that constantly predicts that this is the
This is the
finale.
end.
This-
Yes.
Okay.
Here comes the finale.
Here-
predictor.
guys, I'm pretty sure.
This must be the finale.
Yeah, and then
I think this is the finale.
and you go like, okay, oh, here it is. Hey, this is the hey, look. And by the way, finale looks just like the other part of it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not the finale. It keeps going for a while. You go, I think that's it. No.
I think
Okay,
at this point
that
it's
was
a
it.
joke to them. They're like, let's make everyone think it's the finale now.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, guys, this is the finale.
And then
You see that?
sometimes they talk about whether they talk about it, and they go, "Well, that was kind of a short show."
Yeah, it's
this
like-
is the finale.
yeah,
But
whatever.
that was only 25 minutes.
We take ourselves a quick break. We're back in a moment. When we return, Friday Flex. You got anything worth bragging about? Now's your chance. Doesn't matter how insignificant it may seem. Quite a few people leaving their Friday Flexes on the GOAT line. We'll also open up these phones at 800-520-1067. If you want to get in on this, Friday Flex time, and we'll do it next.
Klein Alley Show.
818 wanted to let us know that blimps are actually a very rare sight to see, and there's only about 25 in the world, and half of them are not being used. So Klein is right to be excited about seeing blimps. Wouldn't Klein be bored at seeing blimps after sitting across from Allie all day, every day? Oh, that is just mean. How dare you? It's Friday Flex time here at KROQ, 800-520-1067. Anything halfway decent that happened to you this week, it's an opportunity to brag about it. And I will say that this is not going to sound like a flex.
Don't
But-
all of ours start with that?
Yes, but I just want you all to know, and especially, I know you will not be impressed by this, but this is more of a flex against my wife. I went to the beach last weekend, and I had a ton of food that I had brought with me, and I left it all in my car. And it was at the beach all day, and it was hot.
I ate it.
Jake had half of my sandwich. I ate some things. My wife said, throw it all out. You're going to get sick. Toss it all out. She said, last time at the beach you had a sandwich, you sneezed, and the sandwich got lodged in your nose, and you were sneezing out parts of the sandwich all day. She said, you do not have a good
Oh,
track
that's right.
record
I
of
remember that.
eating at the beach. I ate other than the half sandwich I gave Jake, I ate every little thing that I had brought, and I am now feel like I don't want to mush it, but I do feel like I've now passed the point where I would have gotten violently ill.
Oh, good.
So-
Look at you. You didn't get food
I
poisoning.
didn't get food poisoning,
Or E.
even though
coli.
I was incredibly irresponsible with things.
You ate
that
risky food and lived.
Very,
That's great.
very risky food. And I think we've all done that before. You get leftovers, you forget them in the car, you see them there, you say, I really don't want to throw these out. That was good or that was expensive or whatever. And you go, but do I want to get sick? And the way I looked at it was, if I do get violently ill, I'll probably lose a few pounds. I could use that. It's better than Ozempic. And
Is that better than
Well, I don't know if it's
Ozempic?
better than Ozempic, but it's definitely more available to me than Ozempic.
Nature's Ozempic.
It's nature,
cheaper.
the original Ozempic. It's OG Zempic is what it is.
Yeah.
And I thought, if I get sick, great. but I didn't get sick. So I feel like not only did I not get sick, which is a win, I get to tell my wife, you were wrong and I was right, and I will continue to eat food that was left in my car overnight.
And the reverse flex for us is that we had to hear all week you going, oh, I think I might be sick. No, I don't think I'm okay.
A couple of times.
No, I think I might be getting a stomachache. I think I'm okay.
There were a couple of touch and go moments where I did think, is this about to come out of me? And it didn't. Stayed in. So good job, body. That's a flex.
You spent few long stints in the bathroom, but
Listen,
other than that, I think it was a pretty good win.
This
Congrats.
is the flex. Perry on KROQ, Friday flex time. What do you got for us?
Hi, so I'm a swim instructor at a pool, and right before work, we got a text message saying we didn't have to go to work because a kid pooped in the pool, so the pool was closed.
Oh, my God. You get paid for that still? Like, is that hazard pay?
No, I wish. I mean, we didn't have to come in.
That's got to be great.
So how long does that process take? Because they have to drain the whole pool. They have to scrub it all out, right?
They don't drain it, but they shock it.
They don't
right?
drain it?
They have to shock the pool.
They shock it, exactly.
Yeah, I know about
put
this.
a bunch of chlorine and let it, run through the filter for, 24 hours.
Chlorine fixes everything, I've told you.
That's got to be such a great feeling. It's so funny how if you're someone that's trying to go to the pool and that just happened, it's the worst thing ever because you're like, are you serious? Goddamn kid had to poop in the pool and ruin everything. But if you worked at the pool, wanted the day off, that's got to be a great feeling.
That is a great flex.
We actually got a flex on the text line about this exact thing. Getting the day off, an unexpected day off is like one of the greatest flexes you can ever have, especially if it's tied into a holiday or a long week.
Sweet Dibs, Rocky Boogie, guys. So I actually have Friday off. I can't even remember the last time I have even had a Friday off. And guess what? I have Saturday off, too. Oh, my God. Friday and Saturday off. How many years has it been since I've had both of those days? That's what I'm flexing about. I'm going to wake up 7 here, you guys. Let's do this. We're going to rock the day. Go. Yes.
Guys got the day off, decided to wake up and listen to us anyway. That's a good flex right there. Won $4 playing Powerball, says 818.
That's awesome.
Friday flex right there.
So much better than just a straight loss. 562, my Friday flex is that my husband has to go to Hawaii for work, and I get to be his plus one. So I tag along. I don't have to work. Everyone else does, and all I have to pay for is a flight, and everything else is on the company.
That's got to be the greatest.
God, I love that. I wish I had a significant other who traveled for work.
I think you're going to say I wish I had a company that would pay for my trip to
I
Hawaii.
wish I had that also.
This is a flex-ish, at least according to our listeners.
Hey, guys. Sweet knockers. Whoa, wow. Just wanted to say, in case anybody out there is having a rough day, I just got new AirPod Pros. I was really excited about it. Sitting on the toilet after quite a adventure on the toilet, if you know what I'm saying, and took my shirt off because I just walked home, a little sweaty, just preparing for a shower. And my right AirPod happened to fall out and just go right to the bottom of the toilet.
Oh.
And I made an audible and reached in to get it, and I just can't describe how awful that experience was.
Where's the flex come in?
And I'm not sure why I thought to call you guys, but just wanted to let you know.
You're welcome.
Have a bad day. You too. Sweet Dibs.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Go KROQ.
Go KROQ. I think the flex is that he got the new AirPods. It started with the flex. Let's not focus on the second part of the story. But that
doesn't work, but it's new.
I know you're thinking, man, those two look funny.
And we agree, and so do our parents.
So we need to get some plastic surgery, and the only way we can afford that is if you listen to our full radio show every day live on KROQ or download the podcast.
Yeah, which is all free, so I don't really know how we're making money on that, because we get paid terribly.
Yeah, it's a really bad situation, which is why she's got on no makeup, and I'm wearing a shirt that I found in Lost and Found.
I am wearing makeup.
You are?
Yes.
KROQ, we are Klein Alley's show, but enough about us. Let's talk about the greatest athlete to ever live in our lifetime. And some people don't think competitive eating is a sport. Those people are just plain wrong. That's all there is to it. Last year, I think we were all equally shocked when we heard this news break.
Is going to be missing this 4th of July.
Champion Joey Chestnut is out. According to Major League Eating, Chestnut is representing a rival brand that sells plant-based hot dogs.
I thought it was a joke at first. I couldn't believe it. And then Joey came on to confirm the rumors were true, and it was sad for us all. But then we found out after the fact that he was going to be competing against Kobayashi, his former rival. It was a Netflix show that happened, I believe, last Labor Day. And so people still got to see Joey devour hot dogs. But this year, he is returning to his rightful throne. And I don't even know how many championships you've had, Joey, because we've been friends for so long. But first of all, welcome back to KROQ and congratulations on returning.
Oh, thank you so much. Great to be on with you again. Man, yeah, I'm going for number 17.
So, Joey,
17.
what changed? Did they come crawling back?
I wouldn't say, no, they didn't come crawling back, but I think what you heard, they no longer, they realized that company, Impossible, really isn't a competitor to them. The Impossible's hot dogs, they're not sold next to Nathan's hot dogs. And I think they, and maybe I dug in my heels a little bit too hard last year, and we didn't communicate enough. But
were the ratings down, Joey? You know the answer to this. Were ratings down last year without you there eating? They must have been.
Less people were betting, less people were watching.
Yeah.
Which is, to be like, yeah, it's good for me that I'm back. It's good for them that I'm back, and we were able to communicate and figure it out.
Joey Chestnut, for those of you that are not aware, and you should all be aware, is the number one ranked competitive eater in the world, has been for so many years. Hot dogs are his thing, but he's destroyed. I usually go over it and talk about the 97 pounds of bratwurst you've eaten or the 573 shrimp you ate in 5 minutes.
I know, he's doing challenges all year that we don't even talk about enough.
Yeah, that's the wild thing, is so much of the stuff you do, which is so effing incredible, just slides under the radar because people think of you as the 4th of July guy that just hibernates all year, but that's not the case. You're eating, what was the last thing you ate and won competitively?
Oh, my gosh. I think I did 15 pounds of smoked bologna. And when I lived in Knoxville.
That's such a specific food.
That's just like a random. What does that pay, by the way, when you win that much? Like, what's that for? A couple thousand?
I think there was a $5,000 purse.
Wow.
First place.
Purse.
But it's, you know what? I my manager hates this, but I would do it for free because I love it so much. There's no better feeling than like you're lining up next to these dudes and you're pushing each other and like you just know that their best. Isn't
good enough. There's no better feeling than eating 15 pounds of smoked bologna.
Joey, not to bring shrimp up again, but have you done a shrimp challenge, and how many shrimp
he
did you
did.
eat?
He won a shrimp challenge.
Oh, yeah. So I set a new record for shrimp cocktail last December. I think it was 20 pounds. There was a little bit of cocktail sauce that might not have gotten in my mouth. It kind of dripped through. But it was... Dude, my body digests shrimp like crazy.
Hey, would you consider shrimp a treat?
Shrimp? No, I think it should be a regular food group. I think it needs its own layer on the pyramid.
Okay,
so even more than
even more than
wow,
a treat. Next level.
And remind me, what is the world record for hot dogs you have right now? Is what, 74?
76.
How dare you, Allie? I made a lot of money the year Joe in 76, and he was on our show right before he did that, and he said, I'm feeling loose. Weather conditions are going to be great. There's certain times, going into 4th of July week and 4th of July weather, you say it's going to be a little stickier, the hot dogs go down smoother, but you were like well aware. You knew that year was going to be the year you were not going to stop. I think 80 is what you want to hit eventually, right?
Yeah, it's definitely doable. But like you said, weather is it's important. And when it's hot out, oh man, when it's hot out, my body it's just I'm sweating like a madman. It's just rough.
You have just an incredible metabolism, Joey.
It works. It doesn't work quite as well as it used to. So in between contests, I have to eat a little bit healthier.
And is there a food challenge that you've ever turned down?
Oh, yeah. Every year there's one or two of them. Raw oysters. I haven't done. Just the texture, I think, would get to me. It's a little bit too salty. And Rocky Mountain oysters. For some reason, people like to do that contest, and I think I would just get too nauseous.
Yeah, here we are now, about a week away from the big competition happening on Coney Island, Nathan's 4th of July. This is when you've already begun the stretching of the stomach, right? Is this where you start chugging all the fluids and getting yourself ready? Because there's a whole art to it. You don't just show up, chug some coffee, and go eat some hot dogs. I mean, you've been training for this. You do have to train just like any sort of Olympic athlete.
Oh, no. So it's like this year didn't get to train quite as much as I liked, but I'm still like 7 weeks. I had 7 weeks of training for this contest, and it's every 5th or 6th day. I'm doing a practice, and then there's recovery, and then there's cleanse.
Who's your biggest competition right now? Because I know there's a few guys that always, you've had a target on you for so long. I mean, to be dominant in anything, for the amount of time that you've been dominant in competitive eating, as you said, 17, you've done this now. There was only a couple of years you fell apart. 1 year, I think you got engaged. Women mess up everything. You got engaged. That screwed you up. But since then, you've been
I
just
didn't eat so many hot dogs.
you've been so
Whining.
I just want sushi. And he's like, I'm doing hot dogs again. That's the contest. But Joey, you've been so dominant for so long that everyone wants to take down to beat you is everything, and no one has done it in forever now. Who is your competition?
It's easy. This year, I think it's James Webb, Australian guy. He's got these big jaws. He beat me in chicken wings again. So he's the only one who's beat me in a long time in anything. So it's I need to just. Yeah, if I get lazy, he'll be trying to capitalize. So I need to have a good day.
We wanted to make sure that we gave you the added advantage that you need, and we always try to do something special for you. So we have a special coach who's on the phone right now. This coach, you are known as the GOAT as it pertains to competitive eaters, but we do have Allie's real-life mother on the phone right now.
Oh, my God.
And
why?
she is known as she is known as the throat goat, and I'll tell you why in a second, Joey. I'm sure you can figure it out. Hey, Allie's mom, good morning.
Good morning.
You're on with the number one ranked competitive eater in the world, Joey Jaws Chestnut.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Now, listen, you are the throat goat. Would you like to give Joey any advice before he attempts to fit 80 hot dogs in his mouth this weekend?
Just keep the back of the throat relaxed.
Oh, my God. What is happening?
I like it's good advice. And relax, stay calm, and
Relax.
just
Yep. Breathe through the nose.
Oh, my God.
breathe through the nose and keep swallowing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. There you have it. Well, there you go. Some special coaching from Allie's mom, the throat goat.
Throat goat.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Allie's mom. Always a treat.
Of course. Bye-bye.
There she goes. Hey, Joey, the reason that we call her that is because Allie's had a lot of dads. You know what we're saying?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying.
Well, I'll go to more specifics. She's always.
Thank you. They're actual dads. I have three.
She's done a good job of marrying up every couple of years, and we assume it's because she's got a skill that a lot of
Well,
women.
at one point she said 15 minutes is all it takes.
Right.
And she said that during the holidays, which was fun.
What is the over-under set at this year, Joe? I haven't looked at the gambling yet for this year.
Gambling's weird. I think some people are saying 72, which is going to be. It's hard to say. This weather, New York weather right now is stupid.
Yeah, I heard they have a crazy heat wave. It's just insane humidity. It's making it hard for people to even walk outside.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to breathe. So it might slow me down with the hot dogs.
Historically,
it's
harder for you to eat when it's hot.
Yeah. Record-breaking temperature is right around that 75, 73. And if it's in high 80s, it's going to be oppressive.
Well, listen, we've got quite a history together. We're the only people that ever felt the need to throw you a victory parade, which we've done more than a few times, shutting down streets to celebrate you. The world does not give you the credit you deserve. You've once again brought glory back to this country from Japan by destroying Kobayashi live on Netflix. Now you're back to Nathan's where you belong. 4th of July, this guy truly is, no offense to Allie's mom, this guy truly is the GOAT in the world of putting phallic-shaped things in his mouth, and we will be watching you on the 4th of July, rooting for you. As every year we ask that you do some sort of a thing to the camera right when you get to the 69th hot dog.
And every year you just, kind of do your own thing.
And every
year...
the thing was to keep eating, right?
Yes, yeah, that's right. So if you get to the 69th hot dog, as a little hello to all of our listeners, just keep eating.
No, I'm going to stand up straight and I'm going to smile at 69.
If at one point, I'm serious now, this year, all kidding aside, you are the GOAT. I've never asked this before. Would you take 2 hot dogs and slap yourself on the face with them at the same time at some point during the competition? Please.
Oh, my God. That'd be hard.
Yeah, because he's so focused.
I'm going to try to find a way to do it.
Yeah, thank you. Please do. We'll be watching.
We'll watch all the way to the end. I'll figure it out.
He's the best,
Even
guys.
after he knows he wins, then he just takes him and goes,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'll be a good championship. Joey, we love you, dude, and we can't wait to watch you dominate yet again. The great Joey Chestnut, finest athlete of the world. Thanks, Joey. We'll talk to you after the big tournament, and good luck and congratulations.
Take care. Stay hungry, boys.
Stay hungry. There he is. Joey Josh Chestnut getting actual advice from Allie's mom, the throat goat.
Very graphic advice.
Free 4th of July holiday miracle on the world famous KROQ.
Penis vagina. penis, vagina. Penis, butt, poop, pee, trala, poop, butt. Poop, butt, 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 butt. Poop, butt. Poop, butt, 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 butt. Poop, butt.
Look at this. Dude, we're in like Colorado.
The terrorists. Well, Vanessa had an interesting approach, which was get together with her friends. She wanted to go out, but she decided that they were going to attempt to go bowling on a budget. And the budget they came up with seems almost impossible to be able to do anything with these days. But she said they had all these different workarounds. And of course, this is the thing I tried to tell her. And Vanessa, whose idea was this budget? Your idea or your friend's idea?
No, my friend Christine's idea.
And she said you all wanted to go out, but everyone's like, I don't feel like spending money. Everything costs so much. So who came up with the number?
We just felt like $50 was doable, so we decided $50 for the night.
And this is dinner and drinks or just drinks?
Oh, we had dinner.
So you had to figure out for $50 how you could have dinner and drinks. And the idea is that if someone buys you drinks, right, like if you get hit on.
Oh, yeah, well, that was also, we were hoping for that too. Did it happen? No, it didn't.
So the plan.
We were losers.
Leave us hanging, why don't you?
So wait, the plan was if we go out with this budget of $50, maybe we don't even need to use the budget if we can, find people that would like to buy us a drink.
That's like my hot cousin. She can go anywhere and not pay for stuff. And she believes it, and it happens every time.
I think we should raise some money for all of the beautiful people that are used to not buying drinks that now are, I feel like even guys now that used to buy
They're
drinks.
They're going to be more selective.
A little bit more unable to buy all the drinks. I think there was a time when any guy would go, if any woman that wants to talk to me, I'll buy her a drink, at the very least. Now I think with everyone tightening it down, I think we should start raising money for all the hot women that are not going to have guys buying them drinks.
Now it's like, hold on a minute, it's $18 for this cocktail.
Yeah.
How long am I going to talk to you for, really?
So your so $50 was the budget, and within the $50, and did that include transportation too? Ubers?
Yes, and parking. Let me break it down for you.
Okay.
So we started out by going to Trader Joe's to get like a pregame drink,
And this was all part of the $50 too.
Cans. What?
That was all part of the $50 too.
Yes.
Wow, I'm surprised you went with individual cans and not just a bottle of vodka.
No, because we don't want to get messy,
You could have done for 28 cents, according to Allie, you could do a tampon soaked in vodka. And you could have won.
Already, I'll beat your ass. I can do this whole night in 25. I'll prove it to you. Go ahead.
That's Allie's big plan for Coachella. She's going to go in big, soaked up and ready.
I'm going full vodka tampon. Okay.
All 3 days.
Okay.
All right, so it's just you and her. Just you and one friend?
Yes, just me and a friend. So we got like a margarita cocktail from Trader Joe's.
Like a 6-pack?
What?
Like a 6-pack?
No, just we each got one. You know how sometimes they have
the sad loser cans?
The one-offs?
The one-off loser cans? Oh.
That was your pregame? That's so sad.
I think they even call that section the loser can section because it's just like these one-off.
It's like the lean cuisine section of the liquors.
Dented cans. So you got.
No, it's the cans that. If people want to try it, you can take one.
No, I get that.
My gosh, you loser.
I'm just getting
one. She's yelling at herself now, calling herself a loser.
One drink per person is just not even a pregame.
All right, so you eat. So let's not judge. So you decide, can we go out and have a good night for $50? Which usually seems like a lot of might have a good night. Especially, that's $100 between the two of you because you don't have to do everything solo. So okay. You start with a one can at Trader Joe's.
Okay. We each get one, okay?
Okay.
Which they did get us pretty buzzed. It was such a good time. So when we went to Santa Monica, by the way. So we went to Santa Monica.
How did you get there from Long Beach?
We wanted to change scenery.
How did you get there, she said?
Oh, how did we get there? We drove.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
drink and drive, people. Do not drink and drive.
That's a way to save money. Okay.
We didn't get drunk, everyone. We did not get drunk. Okay.
What is going on with her?
We wanted a change of
I'm not saying I'm drunk, but I feel it.
Officer.
Anyways, so we got there. We had our drinks. We were on 2nd Street. What is that area called?
Sure.
Wherever that
3rd
area
Street
is.
Thepromenade?
Yes, we were there.
2nd Street. She could.
No. 3rd Street's too expensive. You got to go 2nd Street.
2nd Street. Smart move. There's nothing there. You know where all the tourists go to 3rd Street. We're going to 2nd Street.
So we went there to people watch, do some entertainment, listen to the people playing the music outside.
That's a real homeless hangout. You know that, right?
Yeah,
Are you sure you weren't in an alley?
It really is.
We're
I mean,
playing
I know.
busking for money.
That was actually the best part of the whole night, in my opinion.
Okay.
I love that part.
And
then,
did they have food at this place?
no, just wait.
Okay.
Then we got hungry, so we decided to go to Chipotle for the kids' meal. That was $7.
Wow.
We each had the Taco Kids meal because we just need a little bit something.
So right now, how much you pay to park in Santa Monica?
$10.
Okay.
Which we split, so that's $5
$5 each.
Cool.
So between your one can of margarita at Trader Joe's, your kids' meal at Chipotle, what a Saturday night. entertainment was free because watching a guy spin around on a cardboard box cost nothing. So that's good. So you got free entertainment, and then the parking was $5 each. So
that whole section right there was a good time.
Right, you're almost halfway through your budget to this point. Yes.
Then we decided, all right, we're gonna go to the nice bars now because we already ate and we pregame with our margaritas that got us going. Then we went to this bar named Chloe, and the drinks were $18. But we're like, this is our one fancy drink for the night because we're hoping that we'll get a second fancy drink by someone. But we did not. Anyways, we paid for our drink.
That's an interesting choice. I'm going to invest in this $18 drink and hope that within
brings
30
along.
minutes I'll find another drink for
Before
free.
you settled on this place, Chloe, did you see what the ratio? Did it look like there was a lot of guys? I would think you'd want to go to a place that seemed like it was maybe guy heavy because you get some attention as a lady.
Actually, it was kind of empty, but it's okay because it was a vibe. The drinks were delicious.
The vibe seems like there was no
Yeah,
one.
I guess if your first vibe was the Trader Joe's single can aisle, this seems like a real upgrade. But okay.
Did not hate on my plan.
No. I like your plan. Go ahead.
So now you're in this bar, and you're already, and now $18. That's a huge. I mean, that's almost the rest of your budget for the night.
Tip. And then we were looking at what money we each had left, and we each had $12. Okay, so then we wanted to go to this other bar called Misfits, and we looked at the menu, and the drinks were $17.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
because it's Santa Monica.
Yeah. And or we could have gone with a beer, but we're not gonna drink beer, guys. Come on, we don't want to get full of beer. We want
Right.
a cocktail. So my friend's like, since we have already had like 2 drinks in us, we're like feeling confident. She's like, don't worry. I'm going to tell the bartender we only have $12 each because we were doing this budget thing for work.
Wow. Okay.
We really just want to finish the night with, and then the bartender, let me see what I can do.
So you're telling him flat out,
Pretty much we
even
told
if you
him our
give me a
plan.
discounted drink, I won't have enough money to tip you. Can you hook this up somehow?
We have $12 each. We're trying to buy a drink each, and the guys, the menus, they're $17. You tell the bartender.
But the bartender was like down with it. He's like, yeah, let me see what I can make you. He made us espresso martinis with tequila because we were on the tequila run.
Oh, tequila espresso martini?
Right, there's a theme night for you. So he made you the drink, and then you're tapped out. Now you have no more money.
Yeah, but so the bartender was happily what? He was happy to make us the drink. I'm not saying I'm drunk, but I feel it.
That's right.
Anyways, Vanessa, so he made us the drinks, and when he handed me over my drink, I placed it down, and I moved the menu, and I spilled the whole drink on myself.
Oh, you loser!
I was a loser this night. But did we stay on budget? We did.
Yeah, you did.
Did he remake the drink for you?
I felt bad because we're only gonna give you $12 for this.
So you didn't even get the roofie drink.
So the good news now is in the year 2025, with everything going on in the world, you can still, for $50,
Get drunk.
Have a children's
but not
meal.
drive home.
Have a children's meal. Have a loaner can of Trader Joe's, and have a drink spilled all over your lap.
And have 1.5 drinks at a bar on 2nd Street.
Hey, but that parking, pretty sweet.
Yeah.
$10 parking.
That's a bargain.
Can't complain about that.
Valiant effort, Vanessa.
There's your Monday motivation from Vanessa. Come back with takeaways, wrap up today's show, and turn it over to Nicole Alvarez next. By far, the moment of the show I've been most excited about this morning. Entering the KROQ studios right now, the smartest man who probably works here is the engineer. Fixes all the many problems that we have on a regular basis and lets us know what to do when the emergency broadcast system goes off in the middle of the show.
Hi, Justin.
Justin
Hello.
is here. Hi, Justin. Justin, the engineer. Justin, do you think you're smarter than all of us?
Yeah.
I mean, probably.
And when we ask, we've all asked dumb questions before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one of us would you say asks the dumbest questions on a regular basis about fixing things or issues we have with our computers and the microphones?
You absolutely.
What's the last stupid thing that Klein did?
Probably having the monitors on the wrong selection. Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds like something
Why
stupid.
don't you pay
I would've done.
attention when Justin's in there, man? Then
Dude,
you don't have to bug him so much.
There's a lot of buttons here. I don't know what they do. I don't think most people know what they do. I think Justin does know what they do, but he has a way because he's really smart and he understands this stuff. Would you go to school for this and whatnot?
No, I did not.
What did you go to school for?
Radio.
So you went to
I
school
have-
for this?
Yeah, I have a broadcasting degree.
So you wanted to be on the radio, like what we're doing every day?
Yeah.
You got the voice for it.
Yeah.
Do you still want to do that?
I would like to, but I started out doing what they're doing in there, Johnny and Vanessa, and in order to actually make money, I leveraged actually knowing how computers work and how to use the console.
See, that's why he's smarter than we are, because we just stayed
Yeah.
at the part where we're like, let's just not make money.
But what percentage of your job, Justin, is walking into a room with a bunch of people getting flustered and then you pressing one button and then leaving?
At least 99%.
Yeah. It's just like, let me press
Restarting
one button and go.
is always the answer, right? Yeah, restart.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the thing that's crazy, because I used to think that, like, you just restart it or punch it a few times, and usually that makes it go away. Well, we've all, what you don't realize is that when you solve a problem, usually you come in, you go, you're going to do that, and then you leave, and then we all do our best impression of you. So right now, we've got...
In a loving way,
Yeah,
by
in
the
a
way.
loving way. We think you're great, and we
We
absolutely...
do think you're great. Klein learned your name like 2 weeks ago.
I know.
And by the way, Justin's a super nice guy. Remember, he loaned Vanessa his personal vehicle for like a week.
Vanessa, when Vanessa ran over that bicyclist, she needed to get her car fixed, and I'll tell you who stepped up. One of Justin's many hobbies is this guy goes to like crazy auto auctions, and next thing you know, he shows up with these vintage cars. I don't know where you're getting.
Yeah, how many Rolls Royces do you have?
I just have one Rolls Royce.
Oh, okay.
Just
But
one.
how many
Loser.
cars do you have?
I have 9.
Okay.
He's got 9 cars.
God.
So anyway, here you're going to listen to all of our impressions of you, and I'm not going to say who's doing which impression, but you will judge these as to how good you think they are.
All right.
And do you think you sound a certain way, or do you not think that you sound like...
Oh, I know I sound a certain way.
Okay. Here's the first impression that one of us did of you.
Hi, it's Justin. I'm an engineer here at KROQ, and I work on the computers all day. Usually I like to make bagels for everybody, and I like to hang out with Johnny in the office. And sometimes he likes to impersonate me right in front of my face, and I don't like to admit it, but it is kind of funny sometimes.
All right. You think that sounds like you
kind
at
of
all?
lost it at the end there. I've been hearing Johnny do my impression of my voice for like a year now, and that's probably the worst one he's done.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Johnny does a good impression of you, too. Johnny,
That was clean, spot on.
Johnny,
I
when
thought
you,
it was me.
when you do the impression of Justin, like when you're in the hall and you're messing with Allie and I, and you go like, everybody out, there's a bomb in the building, we think that that's really Justin saying that, because you do a really good impression of him. But that one...
Is that your Eddie Murphy impression? What's going on here?
Or is that just you?
Here's the second impression of you, Justin. Justin, the engineer, is in our building right now. Justin, what do you think of this guy's impression of you?
Hey guys, I made some bagels. If you would like to have one, they're right here. Please eat one, or else I
What the hell?
might have to murder you.
Okay, that's a lot of people.
Who did that? What the hell?
I'm not going to say whose impression is whose just yet.
Why does he have an accent?
Hispanic in that one.
I don't know.
I would
That
like
got
to.
weird. You don't think about killing us, do you?
No.
Okay. Oh, see the way he said that.
Not yet.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Here's
I will at the end of this.
Now I'm not going to tell you whose impression of you this is, but I think you should take a listen because I think they almost nailed you spot on.
Hello, my name is Justin. I'm the engineer. I'm the one that fixes the audio when it's not working and when I get a frantic call. Sometimes I feel like I'm not appreciated, but I'm starting to learn that it's all in my head. So, if you need me, holla at me.
That one is the best.
No, I'm not saying which one of us. That could have been any of us, Justin.
Justin, have you ever said holler in your life?
Holla at me.
I'll tell you one
It
thing.
kind of just was like Vanessa's journal entry.
Yeah, I know.
So, if you need me, holla at me.
I don't. Justin, would you
You
rate
said
that?
I go unappreciated.
Was that a good impression of you or no?
What she said, mostly, yeah. The sultriness of it, no.
Here's another one. Take a listen. This could have been any of us. We all do our impressions of you, but you have to pick which one of us does the best one.
Hi, my name is Justin. I gotta check the ISDN settings because I want to make sure that it's going to be sending a mix minus down the line. Because if it's not sending a mix minus down the line, then you're going to get yourselves back to each other. It's going to be really tough to communicate to the person on the other end of the ISDN. So let me just kind of check the board settings here and make sure that you're good to broadcast today.
Well, I did already say that today, so I think that's a winner so far.
That one's in the
That one's
lead.
a great one, but I also don't think I've ever heard you talk that much.
Yeah, you don't use that many words.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah. Here's another person's impression
That one
of you.
was very nasally, too.
Very nasally. It's funny. Each impression's getting slightly higher in decibel level. Justin is our engineer. He's in the studio now, hearing all of our impressions of him, and we do these with love. And here's the next one.
Yeah, it's weird. They set up the system in a very strange way, but yeah, you can fire it from your board or I'll go check on the back company. Yeah, if you need me, I'm down the hall. You see, I got a new Porsche. It's a bit ignorant, but I got it.
He's got a lot of audio wars. And this is the final one. I think you've heard four of
Does
them.
it offend you, Justin, that all we bring
Don't
up
contact
our
HR, dude.
Our bagels and cars?
I mean, that's pretty much all I do, so yeah.
He does get excited when he comes in. He's like,
"Man, bagels again. They're getting
Yeah,
better.
I
This
know.
batch is
And
a
they
little
get better each time.
here's final one.
Try restarting it. Yeah, maybe just give it a restart, see if that helps. Trust me, we're not operating on Windows 10 anymore. By the way, if anyone wants to go for a ride, I just got a new back seat. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. I'll be down the hall if you need me. You push any buttons, push them hard.
Okay. We've all done our impressions of you. Justin.
But who's doing which impression?
Which?
Don't know.
Which impression of you do you think was the most spot on? You get to decide. You are the person.
You are the person who we've been making fun of for the last 5 minutes.
I think Allie with the last one was the best.
Justin, you're so messed up, bro. Like, how are you going to choose hers over mine? Mine literally sounds just like
I
you,
brought up
dude.
your Porsche.
Oh, shut up and eat a bagel.
Oh, put your bagels back in your biscuits.
Mix minus.
So you're going with Allie?
I'm going with Allie.
Yeah!
Allie wins! God damn. She did go to school for impressions.
I famously voice matched a very famous celebrity.
Thank you for all that you do around here. We greatly appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't push the button. Fine, thank you.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ, we're Klein Alley Show, and I don't have a lot of luck with auctions in general. I don't do them very often, but there's the one time that I was asked to help MC an auction, I accidentally bid on and won the worst prize you could ever win at an auction, which is a bunch of trees were planted in my name in, I think, 2 different countries. None of them in America, by the way.
When will you learn, Klein, to take my advice? If you don't participate in an auction, you can't screw it up.
I didn't participate. I was trying to take a picture of the thing so that I could talk about it when I was up emceeing the, sometimes I'll be like, hey, you're a radio host, can you come and host the auction? I was taking pictures of the stuff on my phone to remember things, and I accidentally not only took a picture of this thing, but apparently clicked the box that said, beat the top bid by $100. And so I ended up, they said, congratulations, you won at the auction, and I didn't know what I won. I was like, oh, well, that sucks. I didn't know I bid on anything, but great. What did I win? I thought it was maybe a dinner somewhere or a trip.
Do you think they make it intentionally confusing to try and sucker people into bidding, or are you just an idiot?
The person that's going to bid on the forest full of trees that'll be planted in Sri Lanka or wherever the hell I planted these trees, I mean, they got me good, and I can't.
And that was like $1,000, wasn't it?
Very expensive. It was a lot of and I know it's for the greater good of the world and all that, and I'm like a modern day Bono, but still I'm annoyed about it.
Okay.
I had my second biggest auction fail over the weekend. This was a fundraiser at my kids' school, and they were trying to do a thing where you could bid on stuff, and some of the stuff they had was great. I even donated some tickets from KROQ to something, and that brought in a couple $100, and the idea is help fund the schools are all underfunded, and they want to do, they want to have extra art teachers, and they want to have extra supplies, so they try to do these things from time to time to get people to cough up some coin, and then they can operate better. And I think it's a worthy cause, right? Because it's my own children, but obviously giving kids the stuff they need at schools.
Well, and they're going to school for free, right?
Right,
So that's nice.
Public school, LAUSD. So anyway, one of the things, and they have a lot of cool stuff there that was all going for, some of the stuff is very cool, but it goes for a significant, like Lakers tickets or trips somewhere. And I'm not bidding thousands of dollars on stuff. But some of the stuff that was in the more affordable category, one of them was that your kid gets to be teacher for the day in their class.
What does that mean?
It means the description was your child gets to be the teacher for the day.
Dude, your kid should teach a comedy class.
They get to teach.
That would be great.
Penis pasta.
Oh
That's
my
like
God.
the song
God
of the day.
damn.
Whatever.
That's what they can call it.
So,
and look at their V words.
And please turn your textbooks to the penis pasta goddamn chapter.
So that's the thing that they really wanted to do. And I also thought, and I go, no one's going to pay money for this because this is like an experience, but it's not like it's not like you're getting Lakers tickets or you're going to,
And that sounds like work for the parent. Because aren't you supposed to help your kid teach for the day and stuff?
No, it made it seem pretty simple. It says kid gets to get in front of the class and teach a topic of their choice. And my daughter said, I really want to go up there and talk about Olivia Rodrigo or some BS like that. I said, all right. She goes, it would mean so much. Please, Daddy, please, Daddy. I said, I'll put in a small bid, see what happens. Well, once again, I got outbid pretty quickly. And this was through the online. It was an online auction. I didn't go to the actual thing. But it said you've been outbid, and I upped it. You had to up it $10 every time. Once it got north of 100, I said, I don't think it's worth it at this point. Like I know the money goes to the school; it's a good cause, but let's be honest.
Is the gambler in you kind of like pissed though?
Yes, and that part takes over, and I go, who is this a-hole that every time I put in a bid is trying to outbid me?
What does his kid get to teach?
Right.
Probably not anything more interesting.
So then I get, like Omar said, I get all caught up in the whole thing, and I go, if I jump at $50 to 150, the person's going to definitely go away. And then I will have won this thing, and I'll be the champion. And I almost forget my kid's even involved now. I just want to win this thing.
She's like, forget it.
So
She's already over it.
I bump it to 150.
Damn.
And it goes right away. They go, you've been outbid. And I go, this mother effer. And I said, I'm done. I'm tapped out. I'm not doing it. I'm out. I've done it 150.
Well,
I'm
and
done.
with the auction online, you don't get the satisfaction of doing that little like, Mop.
Right, you hold your hand up in the air. Yeah, like the real.
How's it go?
Yeah, 16.
Yeah.
So,
over here.
the big lady with the broad shoulders, gotcha. So I say, I'm done. I go, I'm tapped out. 150, I'm gone. I explained to her, I'm sorry. I know you want to be teacher for the day. I didn't win. Daddy didn't win. You're out. The next day, I get an email. Congratulations.
Is that an every night thing? Daddy didn't win.
They're used to it by now.
They're used to it. She finishes the sentence for me now. Daddy, I know, didn't win.
I know, you didn't win.
Next day, I get the email. Congratulations. You've won what you bid on.
Okay.
And I go, how is that possible? I got outbid. Well, once again, like a stupid idiot, apparently they make it really easy now to, when you're going through and agreeing to the stuff and putting in your
Dude,
credit.
they probably check it for you, like the email, like
Probably.
the marketing emails crap.
And so I outbid the top. I put it so that whatever the top bid was, I would outbid it by $10.
Which is just silly that you were even continuing to bid.
Went all the way. I know.
I don't get it. What if two people do that?
I'm so glad you say that, Jake, because not only did I get an email that said, congratulations, you've matched the top bid of $325, but because there were two people, so it was me and one other a-hole that were probably going after this thing, your kids are both going to get to do it. So they decided
together or on separate days?
Separate days, but that way the school to get double the money because they're basically going to collect money from both people. And then my kid comes. So then I got to tell her the good news. Good news. And
Daddy
I was
won.
mad about the money and everything else, but I said, good news. You're going to be teacher for a day. She got all excited. She goes into school. She tells her teacher, hey, I'm going to teach all about Olivia Rodrigo. And the teacher says, no, you're not. You have to teach about one of the topics that we teach about anyway.
Oh, no.
You have to teach about a pre-teachable topic that is in the
what, she's doing that day in math?
And I said, I want my money back.
Who gives the crap?
That's so now my kid
That
goes.
is so misleading. They said that you
you're
can
right.
teach about any topic.
Teach about a topic of your choosing. Now, of course, they meant, I guess, a school appropriate topic of
Well,
your
nobody
choosing.
would be that of their choosing.
Right. So
no
I
one
said-
would choose
So
that.
now my kid goes, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to teach about math. And I go, I don't blame you. I don't want to teach about math. So
what did they badly word this, or did you just not read it properly?
no, Allie, I reread it, and it said the winning bidder, their kid gets to be teacher for the day and teach the class about a topic
Of our choosing.
of our. It wasn't of their. It was a topic that they choose or something like that. But it was from a list of like they can if they want to teach, what do they do in school? Art,
Music.
PE.
Oh, so you think that they could choose like an elective
Yeah, they get
and
to
then
pick.
choose?
They get to pick one of the things they already do. They don't get to go in there and do a whole class on Olivia Rodrigo. So
for
now,
the whole day. That sounds like such an awful.
well, she was
day.
all excited about it, and
yeah,
now,
I know, but
so now she don't want to do it anymore. So now I got to try to
so are you going to try and ask for your money back?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
Wow, good for you. You
Record that, please.
wouldn't normally
Not going to record that.
go in and do it like you did with the parking attendant.
Not going to do that. No, I'm going to let him. Of course, can't ask for the money back. It's like a fundraiser for the school. Give some of the teachers. Yeah, but I'm not.
I wonder what the other douche kid is teaching. Sorry, nice too.
Yeah, I wonder what they're thinking as well. They probably also want to teach about
I
Olivia
know. I wonder
Rodrigo.
if.
Ugh, cannot do auctions. We're terrible at it. Kevin Ryder is back on KROQ in the afternoons. People are thrilled you're back, obviously. How's it been going?
It's been going well.
You're happy to be back?
Yeah. I'm happy to be back. Yeah, it's great. It's kind of my home.
That's actually one of the first questions on the lie detector test.
I wish I knew.
But don't worry, we haven't turned it on yet. We got to get John in here. John is our polygraph examiner, and you're very nice to offer to come in here and do this because not that you've ever been dishonest. I would imagine most everything you've ever done and said on KROQ is 100% authentic to you.
No
right?
way. No.
Oh, it's not.
Of course not.
No, he
You
said
know.
this. This is true, right?
I like penis.
I mean, I did say that, and that was true.
Yeah, okay.
We don't need a lie detector guy for that.
I'll just tell you.
Are you happy that we have joined a group chat with you and not contributed to the group chat at all?
Kevin, one time, and then no one else.
Yeah,
one
which
time
I feel
I
like
wrote.
is a properly run group chat.
Yeah, it's really good. Yes, because we were all complaining about group chats and how much we hate them.
And then now everyone's afraid to comment on the group chat.
Because everybody replies, and it's like, stop it. I don't need to have 17 messages.
Kevin
parting
Ryder,
and liking.
Kevin Ryder agreed begrudgingly to set up the group chat, but he did give us all the disclaimer. He doesn't like him, and more than none of us like him, but he likes him the least, and so all of us are terrified to
I
write
know,
to
and
it.
then Megan sent one thing, and I was like, but I don't
We've
know what to do.
started a side group chat that you're not in.
Oh,
It's-
no.
Yeah.
Can I say thank you for asking all of the questions at our meeting?
Yes.
You're that guy.
Oh my God, yes, right?
I'm not the guy that asked
You're
the
And then
question.
he always says, not that I want to make these longer by asking a question, but
By the
and
way-
then proceeds to ramble on with the question.
If you asked one more, I was going to yell. I was ready to yell. I was like, shut up, Klein.
Omar, back me up here. Have I ever asked a question in a meeting ever?
Absolutely have.
Oh,
Yes, 100%.
What
I've
about-
been there. Yes, for sure.
Wait, are you saying you didn't?
No, that meeting I did ask more than
Okay.
I should have. Yes, that was
Okay.
because
All
that
right.
was a meeting about us getting paid finally, getting some money around here. That matters. The other meetings where it's like,
Or
you know,
sometimes the boss will go to you, hey, Klein, you have any closing words? If it was me, I'd be like, nope, let's move on. But you go ahead on a diatribe about whatever
Diatribe.
topic they're talking about.
not a
Hey, bring
diatribe.
out a scroll and start doing a speech.
Oh, shut up, Jay. It's not about me today. It's about Kevin Ryder, guys. Focus. The legend. All right, he's here. Technically it's not a lie detector day because we usually do this on Fridays. We're trying to come up with a bit that works. We haven't come up up with one yet. They claim this is the closest we've come to a bit that works. You're a Hall of Famer. Do you think that this bit has any chance to work?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, good.
It seems good.
Yeah.
Just wait. Just wait.
Most things.
Your lie detector guy is fire.
Yeah,
I know.
Hey, John, how are you doing? Get close to that microphone. Yellow, hey, John, how you doing?
All ready.
Are you happy to be back here?
I'm happy.
Yeah. Now, Kevin,
I walked in and I said, "Hey, are you the lie detector guy?" And he goes,
Yeah, that's his energy level at all times. And is it because you're over this? Because you've talked to more exciting people like murderers and stuff? Is this boring to you?
No, I'm happy.
Okay.
This is him happy.
This is you out of 10, John?
All good.
Okay.
We can't see your head shake.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to say something.
I think he gets a little tongue-tied here because last time you told us you have a crush on Allie. You're sexually attracted to Allie?
No change.
No change.
Oh, wow.
Okay, great. Well,
all right.
I think that's what he meant about my weight.
Here's how we're going to work this. We've got 12 questions here for you, Kevin Ryder.
Right.
They have been submitted by everyone who works at KROQ, including a lot of listeners.
That scares
You can
me.
veto any question you choose. Only get one veto out of the group of 12. The rest of them you will answer honestly, and then we'll find out if you lied or not.
If I lie all the time, you won't be able to tell if I'm lying. So I'll just lie on every question.
John, is that true?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So somebody who's a compulsive liar, you
Can
would
you
be
give
able
us less input? I want to know if that's the truth or not. Like, if I lie on every question, how would you be able to tell the difference?
I already have baselines on you for the last 5 minutes.
Oh, he already was setting it up.
Oh,
What
man.
a sneaky bastard.
Yeah, this guy's good at what he does, huh?
Wow.
All right, well, let's get to the theme song. And are you nervous about is there any secrets, Kevin, before we start the questions that you're nervous that maybe would come out during this?
Not that I can specify, but of course there's 1,000 things that I'm worried about. When it comes up, I'll go, oh no.
Like if there's questions about relationships with Bean or with...
No, I'm not worried about that.
You're not worried about that. Okay. All right, what about things
Shut up, Omar.
Things that have happened in champagne rooms in Vegas?
Nope.
Not worried about that?
Not talking about that.
Well...
You're vetoing before we even start.
We're just riffing right now.
Right, so that's a freebie.
We're just
that doesn't
filibustering.
count against me.
All right, it's time for Lie Day Friday.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Why is it lie after lie after lie?
The only thing I know for sure is you're a goddamn liar.
It's a lie.
You're a parasite of lies, and I am your worst enemy.
Lie Day Friday. Lie Day Friday.
Wednesday.
Don't be fooled by the day of the week. We're still doing Lie Day Friday around here. John, if you have to ask Kevin any questions to figure out exactly what his baseline is, you can do that now. Now's your time to shine, buddy.
Are you in California?
No.
All done.
He said all done.
He got you. You lied, and he still got you. So now he knows.
You say it so confidently.
Right, but if I lie every time, I'm saying you won't notice the difference. Isn't the difference what you're looking for?
We can see it.
Okay.
Question number 1.
So wordy.
He will give us the answers at the end. Once we make the listeners sit through probably a Chili Pepper song.
Okay.
Then we'll come back.
Of course it'll be a Chili Pepper song.
Did you come back to KROQ because you love it here, or was it a cash grab?
Can I say both?
I guess.
I do love it here.
Whatever the truth is.
I do love it here, and I feel like this is where I belong. And I always have sort of felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
And you like the money.
Sure.
But
I'm not against money. I'm not doing it for
I thought
free.
these were supposed to be yes or no questions.
Well, John says we can go away from the yes or no. Right, John?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Oh,
thank you.
nice.
See, he can't, but we can. Okay. Question number 2.
That's a great point, Klein. I think maybe John only answers in yes or no.
Yeah, he's been
because
doing
of
lie
what he's
detector
been
for so
doing
long.
For so long.
And he brings so much energy to yes or no.
I
What's your
know.
favorite food, John? Is it pasta?
Answer!
Pasta.
Okay.
He just repeated what you said.
Question number 2.
This is the shakiest lie detector guy I've ever met.
What percentage accurate is this? 99.99 or something?
It's medical equipment reading what his body is doing. That part is 100%.
Wow.
Okay, 100%.
Seems like he hates me.
That's the vibe he gives.
Yeah.
Do you think you deserve to be in the Radio Hall of Fame?
No, it's odd to me. That's the ultimate, what do you call it when you don't feel like you should be?
Imposter syndrome?
Yes, imposter syndrome. That is the worst imposter syndrome there is.
Mm-hmm.
Really? You're the guy that said this?
We've got to get to the bottom of what in the hell is going on with this Blue Man group. These guys, they paint their faces red.
That happened.
That's Hall of Fame material, man.
That happened, and I didn't even notice it. Everybody else was like, "What are you talking about red?" I said, "What are you talking about?"
It's confusing. It's right in the name. Question number. By the way, John has not cracked a smile. We are listening to great audio here, and John, no smile.
Nothing.
Question 3. Kevin Ryder's in here Light Day Friday on a Wednesday. He's agreed to come on the lie detector test to answer all of your questions. What band is your least favorite that we play on KROQ?
What band is my least favorite? Wow. I can't say. It depends because you have to take into account the overplay that we have to do behind the scenes. Like we play Red Hot Chili Peppers way more than you who complain about it.
And if you listened to it on a regular basis just as a fan, it would be a lot different than if you had to listen to it every hour on the hour at the same 5 songs.
I would say this is not going to be a popular answer. System of a Down.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Just don't like them?
Let's cue that up.
I don't.
All right. Writing that down. Question 4. Kevin Ryder's here. While at Vegas at a strip club, did you ever get any action in the champagne room?
No. Wait, what is action? Define action. Clarify that.
Let's have John define action.
John, define action. You seem like a man of action.
Sexual activity.
Sexual activity.
You say no?
No.
I'm writing down no.
Wait, in Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Fuck, man, shouldn't have clarified it. We got a question 5. Kevin Ryder is almost halfway through the lie detector test. It's a Lie Day Friday and a Wednesday with a Radio Hall of Famer. He's back on KROQ every afternoon. I'm sure you know because we played a jingle a lot. More than the Chili Peppers. The only song we played more than the Chili Peppers is the Kevin Ryder's back jingle. Who is the worst celebrity you've ever met or interviewed?
The worst celebrity I've ever met or interviewed. That's a weird question because can you start the bet again? That sounds weird. That's a weird question because I love terrible people. I love bad interviews. I love weirdos.
Remember when you threw Screech out of the studio and then he died?
Yeah, he sucked. Yeah.
And then he died.
Yeah.
You feel bad
He
about
deserved
that?
it.
Or?
No, he deserved it. He had that coming. He's one of 2 people that we threw out of the studio in 30 years.
Who was the other one?
The spokesman for Scientology.
Oh, damn.
And you threw Screech out and then he died, I think that day, right?
I think it was that day, yeah.
Was it?
No.
I was like, wow, that's messed up.
So is Screech the worst celebrity you've ever met or interviewed?
Yeah, he was terrible.
Screech.
Yeah, sure.
Dustin died.
Why was he terrible, just out of curiosity?
He and a friend came in, and for some reason we said okay on the friend, and they were just sitting next to each other, like making each other laugh with little sound effects.
Right.
And the other guy was dying laughing, and we were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So we threw out his friend, and then he just kept going. And it's one of the 2 times we're on the air in the middle of the interview. Instead of starting a commercial, we said, we're done, get up. And
Wow. Yeah, because he's just marching to his own. He's just like, I'm going to do my own thing.
Right.
He's so disrespectful.
If you don't want to be here, don't
Then
be
don't come.
here. Right.
Question 7.
Start the music again.
Sorry, excuse me. If you had to assign a diagnosis to Bean, what would it be?
He has Asperger's.
All right.
It's a form of autism where he can't tell what the receiving person feels. Like
And he'll never admit it.
He misses all social cues.
You're right.
Yeah.
We gave him a test. He was good 99%. He was like, I don't have it.
Really? He still thinks he doesn't?
I don't know. He says he doesn't think he does.
John, you got the Asperger's?
Yes.
We're flipping the questions on you, John.
Question
What do
7.
you say?
Do you wish you were sleeping right now instead of sitting here on this much less successful morning show?
No, I'm actually having fun.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Right, that's going to be a lie.
You're not an expert, Klein. He's telling
I'm not.
the truth.
Question 8. Are you ever jealous of the careers that you've helped launch over the years, like Jimmy Kimmel, Adam Carolla, or wedding DJ Omar Khan?
Could not be happier. Couldn't be happier for those guys.
So there's
Thrilled.
no jealousy.
No.
Right. Not even about Omar's wedding.
I'm sort
DJ?
of proud of them.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that they went on to do big things. I don't think Omar is still doing DJing, is he?
I am. I DJ'd your wedding.
You
dude.
did. You're right. You did.
I
do my
did,
wedding.
yep.
My bad.
Yep.
His career already died, though. That's fine.
If like Jake went on to start hosting a late night show,
I'd be
would,
so
I would be
pissed.
suicidal. I'm not even kidding.
And every time they spoke on camera, I'd be like, "You thank me, goddammit!"
Yeah, yeah. I would be so mad every day. Okay, moving on. Question number. Now we're almost done. Kevin Ryder's here. You have a nickname for your penis. Thicky. Thicky, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Is your penis actually thick, or is it one of those clever nicknames like a bouncer named Tiny?
It's a clever nickname.
It's not actually.
Yeah, it's not
thick.
really.
Okay.
No.
Not thick.
I just always found it hilarious.
You still reminder you can veto any of these questions.
Oh, right. Forgot that.
You vetoed none of these.
Wow.
Question 10.
Totally forgot that.
What do you really think of the bosses here at KROQ?
I like most of them.
Name one you hate.
Yeah, they keep firing all the other ones. I mean, there's not that many left.
Can I say his name?
Sure.
Jeff Fetterman.
Okay.
We call him Chocolate Factory around here.
Chocolate Factory.
Why Chocolate
That's his
Factory?
nickname.
Because one time he sent us a really weird TikTok of a grandma peeking out from behind a tree saying this. Do you have it, Omar?
Welcome to the Chocolate Factory.
He just sent us that out of context, and we were like, who
We didn't know if we should go to
sends
HR,
this?
just play it on the air. So we played it on the
Yeah,
air.
it was so weird, man. And very inappropriate.
Yeah, and we were like, should we? And nobody responded.
2 questions left. You're doing great so far.
Thank you. You don't know.
Is this current bit any good, according to you? You're a radio
This
Hall of
current
Fame-
bit?
Yeah, this current
Well, the
bit.
music died.
Okay.
It's really bugging me. I don't know why that keeps it. Why do you have like a 12-second music bed?
Usually that's all we get between the songs.
Unbelievable. What was the question?
Is this current bit any good?
I hope.
All right. In your opinion, as a radio professional, if someone's listening now, is this bit good?
I would hope so, yeah.
Okay. Final
You're
question.
talking your way around the answer there, Kevin.
Need a
Ryder.
yes or no.
I think you think.
Shut up, Allie.
That is correct. Shut up, Allie. Is right.
Thank you. God damn.
Finally, this is the last question, and this one came through the most. And there's a lot of questions here about relationships with Ralph and drama. If you could save Jimmy or Adam from a ship going down, who would you save? But let's not do any of that. Here's the last question. Do you secretly hope Klein Alley Show crashes and burns so that you can come back to save KROQ mornings and have a dramatic conclusion to your radio career?
I do not. I do not want to ever be on your schedule again. Your schedule sucks.
Yeah.
That is true.
Even with
You
the
guys
summer
have-
hours.
You guys have to get up. Yeah, so what's summer hours? I never got summer hours. What's up with that?
So now we got to play one song while he tabulates the answers. How do you feel you did?
I mean, I feel like I did pretty well. But I don't know. John next to me's got a lot of negative energy.
John, did you detect any lies in this?
I did.
Oh, my God, he did.
So does
Can't
that
wait.
make you nervous?
I can't wait. A little.
Yeah.
No, it's about Thicky.
Is it?
It's
John,
the Thicky thing was told.
John,
me.
was it about Thicky?
Near.
Yeah. Okay.
What did he say?
I think he said Nair.
Near.
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 Oh, near.
I've changed up the music in honor of you being here right now. So let's give you some System of a Down. Kevin Ryder is in the KROQ studios. We're going to get the exciting conclusion of the Lie Day Friday on a Wednesday. I'm sorry we couldn't get to all these questions, but everyone knows the results is the best part. So we'll figure out what he told the truth about, what he lied about, and that is all next on KROQ. It's cartoon time.
The following is best enjoyed on acid.
Kevin Klein live.
Yes, hi. I'm calling in reference to the casting I heard yesterday. The rude on Dawn. I think it was so rude yesterday. She was calling Dawn regarding red chili pepper hot tickets. I am so upset over this. I'm just about ready to scream. Why would they call her dumb like that so many times on the phone? That was not nice. And then I was just listening to your ad, but I guess that's your favorite word. It sounds like everything you come up with is dumb. Is that part of this radio station?
I'm sorry, is this a complaint or a compliment?
It's a complaint because I'm so upset. This poor girl's been trying and trying, and then, you got her hopes really up, and then all that other girl kept singing is Dawn is dumb.
Are you talking about the hold music?
No, I am talking about yesterday on the radio when you were talking to Dawn regarding some chili pepper tickets or something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but that's the hold music, and that's a service that provides us the hold music for when people go on hold.
Yeah.
So you understand that we don't pick that music. It was just coincidental that was her name and that the song said that she was dumb.
Wow.
I can transfer you if you don't mind. I can transfer you so you can make an official complaint if you'd like to.
Okay. Are they going to give her tickets, or because I'm going to try to come up with something to come up with a fund to get this poor girl tickets?
Or you can make your complaint officially once we transfer you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hold, please.
You're a dummy who's complaining on the radio, and you can't even pronounce the tickets that Dawn wanted. You dummy dum-dum.
Yeah, hello, complaint department.
Yeah, hi. I like that song. That was really nice. You just put everything together with your dumbness. Okay. I'm complaining now because you just called me a dummy, and because of the whole...
Whoa, hold on. Who called you a dummy?
You just did on your radio, on the hold music.
I didn't hear... Let me just listen 1 second, because I'm not hearing the whole...
same thing you did with Dawn.
Let me listen to the hold music. No, it's just Kenny G like always.
No, it's not. It was singing, you dummy. I'm not stupid. I'm a 60-year-old woman, and I can hear. Don't have... you guys are totally rude and obnoxious.
Well, hold on. Let me file that under the complaint department. Hold, please.
Sure.
I didn't think it was possible to find someone so dumb calling us to complain, but we can tell you to F off, cause that's what we do. We do. You won't get any tickets.
You there?
Yeah, I'm there. I don't want tickets. I asked you a question, and who do I complain besides listening to you call me dumb?
I didn't call you dumb at all.
Yeah, your radio station, your music that you don't hear, that you're being dumb is the one that's calling me dumb. So that's perfect.
Let me listen.
Yeah.
Let me listen. Hold on. If there's a complaint. I don't hear the word dumb. Are you talking about the saxophone there?
Yeah, I hear it. Yep, I hear that saxophone. Perfect. Okay, now who do I complain to besides you?
Oh, okay. You want to talk to my boss?
Yeah, he's probably going to call me dumb too because you don't really have a boss, right?
Well, no, I have a boss. Hold on 1 second. I'll transfer you.
You don't understand, do you, that we're Evan with you? And we're gonna call you dumb for a long time. You should hang up now.
The boss is not picking up his line.
I knew that, and I did record your message, so that's fine too. So you know that I did that because I'm really quite dumb, quite an idiot, quite stupid. Anything else?
Whoa, don't be so hard on yourself.
No, I won't be. That's fine. I will find out who to report this to, and we'll see who gets the last laugh. Thank you.
Oh, good, a cartoon. I hope you're high.
Kevin Klein live.
Kevin Klein live, hello.
I was trying to find out if today is the day for the $105.
You want the $105 cash?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
All right, what's your favorite morning show?
105.
105 what?
Where they have the jazz and the soft music and the mellow music. And
Yeah, you're listening to 105 Jams.
Yes.
You called 105 Jams, the station that's giving you $105 to make you hollers.
I got the $105.
This your boy, DJ Sam the Jam. All jams, no marmalades. You got the $105.
Yes.
Give it up. What station giving you jams and cash?
Top 105.
105 what?
Jam.
Jams 105. And lucky you, it's Double Trouble Thursday. We're going to double your $105.
Wow.
We're going to double that to $210.
Okay. I'll take the double.
Oh, you know what? We're going to triple it. What do you think of that? $315.
Wow, I like that even better.
What station is tripling your jams and your cash?
Hot 105 Jam.
Hot 105 Jams. Uh-oh, you gone and activated the cash quadrupler. It's Quadruple Cash Thursday. $420.
Yes.
Whoops. This is embarrassing, and Sam the Jam never makes a mistake. It is not Quadruple Cash Day.
Okay.
In fact, I should also point out I don't believe it's a triple day either.
It's all right.
Nor is it a double day or even a regular $105 day. In fact, this isn't even Hot 105. It's Live 105, and we don't have any money for you, and more embarrassingly, we don't even have any jams.
Okay.
So what's your favorite radio station? To the great Kevin Ryder, who's in the studios now on KROQ. It's Klein Alley's show. We got summer hours, which means we're not going anywhere in 30 minutes. We're going to stick around for another hour, because why the hell not? Man, we fall for all the stuff. You guys were much better at standing up for yourselves than we are, huh?
Yeah, they never told us that we had to stay until 11.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was really weird.
You guys know, but we did do that dumb thing, the Cinco de la Tarde.
We
Remember
did,
that?
yeah. We came back for an hour in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which
Yeah.
is like, what the hell are we
they
doing?
called it what?
Cinco Retarde? That
Yeah,
seems like a
what was
problem.
Cinco
Yeah.
Latarde?
Oh, Latarde.
5 in the afternoon.
Oh,
the
okay. I
afternoon,
was like,
no.
that sounds highly problematic.
Allie's been called that many times. All right, well, in a moment, John's got the results of your lie detector test you just took. Is this the first time you've ever been on a lie detector test? Yeah. It is.
Yes.
And you feel like you told the truth?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds. I mean, there were so many inflections changes.
I
in
mean,
your
look,
voice
there's a
just now.
lot of complicated answers to questions, so sometimes it's...
People are very mad.
There's a mixture.
People are mad. We didn't ask some of the obvious. You should have asked him what color faces do the Blue Man Group have.
I mean, asked and answered.
Right. once was red, will always be red. Everyone's just so thrilled to hear you again on KROQ. It's been so great again. Back to KROQ for a while. Love hearing Kevin on with you guys. Anyway, so overwhelming support for Kevin Ryder, but let's find out if he's a big fat liar. All right, so John from John, what's your business? I should promote you. You're a lie detector guys on Instagram. People can hire this guy to come to their house, ruin a
good time, ruin your family. Only $145. He'll get any answer you need. Cheating, infidelity, thievery, right, John?
True.
Wait, you show up at people's houses and see if they're cheating?
True.
Wow.
That's amazing. You do all the stuff, huh? Wow.
And you've also given lie detector tests to many murderers.
True.
Yep. 13,000.
There's a delay with John.
Yeah, there is. He's a 7
He
second
has to
delay.
let it process.
13,000 people tested. You can find them at Lie Detector Guys. All right, John, whenever you are ready for the big reveal now, this is where things get exciting. You can go ahead and tell Kevin Ryder how he did.
When we asked him, did you come back to KROQ because you love it here, or was it a cash grab? He said yes to both. And that was true.
Oh, okay.
Hey, all right. Starting
Good
out with the
start.
truth.
All right.
Good man. Appreciate that.
Shouldn't be surprised that I told the truth.
I know, we're all, woo, wow.
I assumed it was a pure cash grab. I'm shocked that it was because you wanted to be here at all, to be honest, but okay.
When we asked him, do you think you deserve to be in the Radio Hall of Fame? He said no. And that was a lie.
Oh, you do deserve. You see that?
Interesting.
See, part of you believes that it really is true and that it's real. And that's beautiful.
Yeah, because of the impact you've had. I think that's what Hall of Famers need.
I think
impact.
it's just staying alive and on the air for 30 years.
They have to do
like
it.
literally,
right?
Just literally not dying during that time.
What does that say about our industry? You're a Hall of Famer just because you didn't die and kept a job.
Omar, play another one of his Hall of Famer clips.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
there's a
great.
reason.
Here we go. Here we go.
He's in the
All
Hall.
right, give us some background on Mrs. Butterworth. Is she a slave woman?
Listen, there's context. There's context, people.
What is the context?
Yeah, explain that one away, huh?
I don't remember, but I'm sure there was context.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Next question, John.
When we asked him, what band is your least favorite that we play at KROQ? He said System. And that was true.
Okay.
Hey. But it's not because you don't like the band.
No, I like the band. I don't like the screamo parts of it. That gets a little much for me. That's all.
Yeah, especially when it's overplayed in your ears every hour.
Yes.
Go ahead, John.
When we asked him, while at Vegas at strip clubs, did you ever get any action in the champagne room? He said no, and that was a lie.
Wow. Okay, all right. That's clearly.
Action was sexual activity, to be
Yeah,
clear.
that's right. All right. Well, good for you, though. Everyone needs to unload in Vegas. I get it. Go
John,
ahead.
you and me in a champagne room?
Yes.
Whoa. That's a lie.
Shut up.
All right.
When we asked him, who was the worst celebrity you have ever interviewed? He said Screech, and that was true.
Wow. Of all of the hundreds of... didn't you hang up on Paul McCartney one time?
Yeah, but I don't hate him.
Right.
Yeah, I hung up on...
Why did you hang up?
Well, he said goodbye.
Yeah.
And then I hung up, and then he started to say something again. And so, but I forgot to turn his volume down, so he goes, it's really... And I click.
Hall of Fame.
So it's three people he's thrown out. It's
Okay.
Screech, Paul McCartney, and the Scientology.
And I think he also, hung up on Bono, too.
Hung up on Bono, too. It's people who can't say goodbye. They say goodbye, and then they have to keep talking.
Yeah, I know. That is on them.
Stop doing that.
I agree with
Bono's
you.
a real look at me kind of guy,
right?
you know. Yeah, let it go, Bono. I get it. All right, moving on.
When we asked him, if you had to assign a diagnosis to Bean, what would it be? He said Asperger's, and that was true.
Okay, medically. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
I sent
Kevin, what are you doing?
I sent Bean a text to see if he would join us for a bonus question this morning. He was nice enough to text me back and decline the invitation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not surprising.
No.
He likes to be asked.
I know. He said,
and then he says no.
I appreciate the invitation.
Yes.
I will pass.
Yeah.
He said I appreciate the invitation?
He does. He likes to be asked.
That's what he said.
But he does not like to say
follow
yes.
through?
Right.
Yeah, that's why it rubbed me the wrong way that he does that. So I didn't invite him to my wedding, and he got all butthurt about it.
He was very
Really?
upset, yeah.
Yeah.
So he wants to be there in spirit. He wants to politely
No.
decline.
He just
doesn't
wants
be
to
there in
ask.
spirit. He just wants to be asked so he can say no.
The answer,
Wow.
this is the exact text. The answer is no.
Where's the politely decline part?
But I'm delighted to have been asked. Thank you.
That's him.
Yeah, and then my number has been blocked. But still, that was he was happy to be asked. All right,
Okay.
moving on.
When we asked him, do you wish you were sleeping now instead of sitting here on this much less successful morning show? He said yes, and that was true.
Okay, well, no, I think he said no.
No, he said he
no.
wanted to be here.
No, well,
you
that was
lying,
a lie.
John?
John, who's lying now?
Wouldn't it be funny if you're
Josh.
Lie detector guy is a liar.
Oh, man.
Impulsive liar.
And a
Right.
really good one?
Can't help it.
Let's just agree that he probably doesn't want to be here, but he's having fun. Okay,
right,
moving
next.
on.
When we asked him, are you ever jealous of the careers you helped start, launch, like Jimmy Kimmel, Adam Carolla, or wedding DJ Omar Khan? He said no, and that was true.
Oh.
Hey, you don't have any jealousy. You're a good man.
I don't. I'm happy for them.
I'm jealous of them. I didn't even work with them.
I know.
That's crazy.
And then you explain, like, yeah, KROQ, there's
Yeah.
all these great people that came from it,
Yeah.
like, blah, 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 blah. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, really?
Yeah,
And who
I
are
know.
you? And you're
Yeah,
like, I
exactly.
know.
All right, moving on.
When we asked him, you said the nickname for your penis is Thicky. Is your penis indeed thick? He said no, and that was true.
That was true, yeah.
Is that like the most true? Can you see like how true it was, John? Or?
So unbelievably true.
True is
what you say.
Okay, whenever
we
you're
can
ready. You all right?
I think he
That
fell
delay
asleep.
is real.
Yeah.
I think he fell asleep right there.
Yeah.
When we asked him, what do you think of the bosses here at KROQ? He gave details, and they were all true.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's a clean way to. What did the boss come and get you during the commercials? They say it like that? Jesus Christ! All
He
right.
gave details.
When we asked him if this current bit is any good, he said yes, and that was a lie.
Okay. Well, as expected.
I could tell that one because there's a little inflection.
I can't.
So-
It's hard for me to judge
I know.
something I'm in to go, yeah, this is
Yeah,
fascinating.
same with us. It's
Yeah.
usually not
I
as
know.
good as
All
we
right.
think it is.
Final question.
When we asked him, do you secretly hope Klein and Alley show crashes and burns so you get to come back and save KROQ mornings? He said no, and that was true.
No, that's the whole
wow.
reason. The whole reason we did this whole bit was
No,
just to
just
get
a
that
big
question.
ruse to get that
That's all
question?
we needed to know.
All right.
Kevin Ryder,
You got it.
You're the man. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for being here. Thank you for being all honest, except for the champagne room stuff. And,
I know, now that's all I want to know about.
yeah, well, we're gonna have to have you back for round 2.
Okay.
We got to take a break. We're way behind. How late do you usually break? Like when you're supposed to break at a certain time, what do you think is the buffer window to break?
For me, it's 42.
Yeah, that's when ours
That's
is
when
42.
the break is supposed to happen.
Yeah, so this is awful.
Oh,
Yeah, you're way late.
all right. We got to take a break. We'll be right back. Kevin Ryder, afternoons on KROQ. Actually here, and as a result, we are going to make it super hot inside as well. We've had broken air conditioning pretty much all week at KROQ, and we've decided how can we make this working experience even more uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. We figured it out.
We brought Jake the Nerd in the studio, and
Great.
that's how we did it. And there he is.
Hi.
Thank you.
The Nerd,
Hi, Jake.
everyone.
Hi.
Usually he's only in here to jump on a scale, but in this particular case, he's in here because we have a ton of chicken. The studio smells great. Thank you. That is the sweet smell of Roscoe's Fried Chicken. And then we have a bunch of hot sauces from the Hot Ones Challenge kit.
I
So
want no part of this.
I know you don't, but the more you fight it, the more people are going to want to call in and ask you questions because you have an opportunity now to call us at 800-520-1067. You can ask any of us any question you want. We will answer the question, and just like on the show, before we answer the question, we will take a hot sauce of your choosing. You will give us a random number, 1 through 10. We've rearranged the order. We don't know which one is going to be the hottest with the over 2 million Scoville units, the hottest hot sauce in the world, a record-holding hot sauce from the Guinness record, or it could be this one at the very top that's hardly any heat at all, Señor Lechuga. A mild sauce with garlic and avocado hints, flavor, rich and dreamy.
Oh.
That is not how the hottest one is described. And then there's a ton of other ones in the middle, like pico peppers and butterfly bakery, a da bomb, Queen Majesty, which is Sicilian scorpion sauce. I mean, some of these are very hot. They will probably hurt our tongues. If we touch our eyes later, we may go blind, and we should not. We should all make an agreement that we will not masturbate for 48 to 72 hours.
Oh, well, I think you're the one that really has to make that promise.
I'm
I
making
think
that
we're all
promise
fine.
to myself. I'm saying it out loud. If you'd like to join us and be a part of the Hot Ones Challenge, now you can watch us. We're streaming live on YouTube. We're also going to do this on the radio. But now would be a good time for you to call us, 800-520-1067. If you have a question, you just got to say who the question is directed to. We're all eligible. So even though the chicken sits in front of me and Allie and Jake right now, if you have a question you want Vanessa to answer, she will come in here, grab a piece of chicken, put whatever hot sauce you mention on that hot sauce, eat it, and then answer the question.
Do you think this little vial of syrup, which is probably delicious,
Yes, it's great.
would cancel out the hot sauce?
No, for some reason, milk is the only thing that seems to work. Everything else that should work makes it hotter. Like water just makes the hot sauce hotter. And
Can I pour this on top of the hot sauce, though, when I eat it? Or do I have to do only hot sauce on the chicken
think
wing?
just hot sauce.
I think you gotta do hot sauce and then chase it with that.
Yeah, you could. If you want to do a shot of syrup to chase it, you can.
All
but
right.
understand that for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the viscosity or whatever, it could make the hot sauce work a lot harder.
The viscosity?
That's what they say about
Good
like
word, dude.
water. Water, for some reason, it spreads the hot sauce around.
Yeah,
it makes
yeah.
it worse.
I have made that mistake many times.
So
I didn't realize we can't even pick the number. Because there was a couple numbers, I'm like, I think I recognize that bottle as being a mild one.
No, we can't pick. The person who asked the question will give you we'll decide who is the question directed at, and then give us a number 1 through 10, and that person will crack open the bottle, pour it on the chicken, answer the question, and then we can officially begin. What's wrong, Jake?
Well, I mean, I shouldn't be doing this.
Why do you say that?
Because I have a condition that they don't know why it's caused, but my history of eating spicy food, because I used to really love spicy food, probably helped cause what I have today. And so it's not good.
Oh, so the spicy food that you ate your entire life was why you believe you have irritable bowels or whatever?
It was like the
It's
spider
very
bite for
possible.
Spider-Man.
It's very possible. Yeah.
The cause is also your kryptonite.
Yeah.
Wow. Ironic.
Aww.
All right. Well, this
Well,
is
maybe
what-
the people will go easy on him.
Yeah, maybe they will. And by the way, we don't know the order because we could end up lucking out here. We're not going to do 10
You
questions.
guys, I'm very boring.
Okay.
You don't even ask me any questions.
Same.
Let's go ahead and say hi. We're going to make our way up and down these phones right now. And once again, it doesn't matter what the questions are, we will be forced to answer. You will get brutal honesty like we always give you here on K-Rock. So any question, it could be about the show, it could be about our personal lives, could just be a question about life in general. 800-520-1067.
It can be a question about life in general.
If that's their question, we'll start with Angel. Angel, who would you like to direct this question at?
To Jake the Nerd.
Oh, come on, dude.
Okay, right out of the gate.
Come on.
Poor Jake. All right.
Are they listing who they're picking on the screen?
No, I don't know who they're picking. I don't know I don't even know what the questions are.
Whatever, dude.
Before you ask the question, give us a number 1 through 10. That'll be the first hot sauce out of the gate.
Number 5.
All right, Jake, grab bottle number 5. You can reveal to everyone exactly which hot sauce that is because we don't know. They've all been randomly hidden. You can see
So
this.
take the thing off?
You can take the thing off. This is on YouTube. What is hot sauce number 5? This is the one he has selected for you at random.
Karma sauce. Liftoff.
Oh,
That sounds easy.
Not bad, dude. You lucked out.
Yeah.
Only 5,600 Scoville units. It's got lemongrass flavored, mild chili.
Lemongrass.
This is
That's
nothing.
a cakewalk.
Yeah, you're very lucky, Jake.
It has to actually say a hot sauce on the bottom.
Yeah,
Because you might not.
A hot sauce.
Put it. Go ahead, open that up. Pick a piece of chicken. And what is your question for Jake?
How many times has he masturbated within the last month?
All right, Jake. Go ahead. Take a big bite of your chicken now.
Countless.
You poured a lot.
That's a lot. It
on
doesn't-
there.
it's-
Oh my gosh, Jake!
Jake is digging
You didn't
in
need to
right
put
now.
that much, man.
No, but that one's nothing. That's not hardly anything. I know Jake's got a condition, but Jake, go ahead and answer the man's question, please.
Dude, that's the mild one. That's got some kick to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
If that's in the middle.
That's not in the middle. They claim that's the second easiest one on the
Oh,
list.
dude, you guys, this is going to be death.
Really?
Yeah, this has some serious kick to it.
Can
Really?
you taste? So you're saying you can't taste the lemongrass?
It tastes like death.
Jake, answer
Hot
the man's
death.
answer the man's question.
Probably 20, maybe. I don't know.
So many in the last month.
You've
There's
self-pleasured.
like 30 days in a month.
You've self-pleasured 20 times in the last month.
I don't have a girlfriend.
Okay, wow. Pull that clip. All right, hold on, Angel. Thank you for participating.
So mad.
It really did.
Is that what you say to yourself while it's happening?
That's his morning affirmation in the mirror.
That's my kink.
Yeah, you're nothing.
Jake, how was that? You're sweating.
Dude, it's hot.
You're sweating a little bit.
I can't believe this is only second.
Yeah,
no.
it's that's so
Maybe
low.
because I put so much, but goddamn, man.
You did put a lot on
That
there.
is so
It seemed
low.
unnecessary.
So low on the list. All right, well, one down. Keep in mind, you can ask these questions to anyone on the show. Jake, Johnny, Vanessa, DJ Omar Khan. You can go with Allie, or you go with me, and all you have to do is give us a question and a number, 1 through 10. Jake said 5 was painful.
Oh, my God.
And it was the second mildest in the list.
All right. Let me say hi to, next one out of the gate is, let's see, Edgar, you have a question for someone on the show. Who's your question to? We'll start with that. Sweet Divots.
Sweet Dip. It's for Jake.
Dude, this is rigged. Forget that. No.
What number?
What number? Number 3.
Okay.
No!
All right, Jake.
Hold on. Hold on. He's got to open his
Now,
hot
just
sauce.
hold on. Take a minute and think of your question.
Think of your question. Jake got selected again. That's crazy.
This is rigged, dude. No.
It's not rigged.
It's totally rigged.
Well, dude, you could ask this question to anyone. Did they tell you to ask a question to Jake, or did you call for that, Edgar?
Nope. No, I called specifically for Jake.
Yes, and then they wrote on the thing, this guy's for Jake, and you're picking Jake callers.
No, not picking Jake
That
callers.
is such bullcrap, and you know it.
All right, just open.
Which one is 3?
It's going to be a hot one because the top of it's yellow.
Okay.
Has a yellow hot one.
Which hot sauce did you end up
thank
with?
God.
What's it called?
Los Calientes. This is the hot one's Rojo. It's heat level 5 out of 10.
Hold on.
So
I
it can't be
don't even
the
see it
hottest
on my
one.
list. Oh, number 5.
sounds mild.
It's middle. 49,000 Scoville units. It's technically 10 times hotter than the one you just had.
Jesus Christ.
It is best-selling, complex notes of smoked chilies, agave, citrus, cumin. Not good for people that have sensitive asses. Fruity habanero and a balance of medium heat. All right, Jake's got his chicken coated in the new number 5. This is the 5th hottest of the hot sauces.
Do I buy it first before I get the question?
Do we care about the question? Or?
No, the question's irrelevant. Go ahead, Edgar. What is your question for Jake?
Hey, Jake. What are the 2 strongest Magic the Gathering cards, and how would you pin them against each other? If that even makes sense. Never heard of that game before.
I've never even heard of this game.
Emrakul is the strongest creature. Black Lotus is the strongest artifact / card, most expensive card. And Black Lotus makes mana. Emrakul just
Let's talk you
destroys
more
her.
saucy, you know?
This one's super easy.
Really?
This one's way easier than the other one.
Really?
Ridiculously easy. I can't believe this other one was lower.
Wow.
It doesn't make any sense.
Sometimes on the show they do this like reverse order weird stuff to mess with your head, where it gets hotter, then not so hot,
Or
then
maybe
they
it
hit you with
has
it.
like a certain amount of peppers, but then the other flavors kind of cancel it out.
All right, hold on, Edgar. Thank you for joining
There's
us.
got to be more Jake calls.
I
Let's
thought for
just
sure.
wait.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder how many there are.
Let's say hi to Gil. And this is the hot sauce challenge. You're watching on YouTube now. Jake said the last one not so bad, but you look so angry right now.
Yeah, because this is rigged. Let me pick a call.
Pick a call, Jake. Go ahead. Give me a number.
Yeah, let me see.
Just pick a number.
He wants to see it.
Just pick a call. Just walking over there.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
Pick number 3.
All right.
Pick number 3. That's what I was going to go with anyway.
Okay, sure.
Hey, Gil, who's your question for?
Hey, Sweet Dippets, guys.
Sweet Dippets.
All right, Klein. This question is for you, brother.
Correct.
And I want to go level 10 hot sauce.
Well,
Well,
level
you're just
10.
going to pick number 10. You don't know if it's going to be
Give me
10.
bottle
Oh, man, it's going to be weak. It has a white cap.
Very spicy. It's very
Hold on,
spicy.
give me
I don't know
bottle
about this
10.
colored
Klein,
cap analogy
Klein.
that Jake's.
Klein. Have you ever exchanged any sexual contact with Mrs. Allie Johnson?
Okay, I'll answer that
That's
question.
a very easy
I'm going to
question.
answer. Hold on, I got to pour this out. This, the one I got is the hottest one so far, by the way. It is number 6, Pico Peppers, Volcano. It is 76,000 Scoville units. This is where things start to get real. Habanero all over, extra fire. Things are getting damn spicy. So I will pour this on the chicken from Roscoe's. That's a lot.
That's
right
a
there.
lot.
I just put a
That's
lot of
a lot.
sauce on there. All right, there you go for the camera. I'm not pussing out here. I already pierced my nipple this week. What else can I do to make my life fun?
That was a couple weeks ago.
All right, and
Yeah,
repeat
man.
the question, Gil, while I take a bite of this. Go ahead.
Have you and Allie Johnson ever had any sexual contact?
That's
at
such
all?
a huge bite of chicken.
I tried to. Oh my god! I tried to.
Oh my God, you didn't need to eat that
I
much.
forgot I had to answer the question. Oh, it's burning my lips really bad. The answer is I've never had any sexual contact with Allie. I did have an opportunity. I think at one point. Let me finish, Allie.
Her face.
I did have an opportunity. Oh wow, that's hot. Woo!
And that's what you said, didn't you?
I did have an opportunity at one point. I think to hook up with Allie's hot sister.
Oh, yeah.
But I was in a relationship at the time, and I did not. I chose to be faithful, but I do regret that a lot. I
Yeah.
did have a sex dream about Allie one time. It was
Ugh.
really weird,
Gross, yeah.
and
Those are really disturbing.
I'll tell you that the graphic details is that she chose to service me.
Sorry, that was a level 10 for me.
Wow. All right. Hold on. I got
So how is that heat?
that builds, man.
That heat.
That builds, man. our Klein Alley show, and I got into a huge, I would say borderline relationship-ending conversation.
About your frosted tips?
No, not about that. That is luckily
About your frosted nips?
Not about that either. This is about a term that I feel like it's used by people, and it means very different things depending on how you use it. And that is anytime you add 3 letters, maybe it's 4 letters, to the end of an expression. For instance, you say ish. Ish, which as you know means
like
not a scientific
like we're
number.
Catholic-ish.
Yeah, we're ish. Like, I'm vegetarian-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And that for some people, that means like I keep pretty straight to my vegetarian diet, but if there's like chicken stock in something, I'm not going to. But other people, that means like if I'm drunk, I will eat a bacon cheeseburger, no questions asked.
I have slept with many a woman who was straight-ish.
Oh, straight-ish.
Yeah.
See, straight-ish to me means gay. Like
straight-ish means I'm one thing, but maybe I'm open. It just buys you a little ambiguity.
Well, let me ask you this then, because this is something that has now led to a serious conflict. Someone asked us if they could drop their kid off at our place. They were in a bit of a bind.
No ish. Bye-bye.
And they said, but we'll be able to pick them up at 8-ish at night. 8-ish at night. Now, normally...
What time do they drop them off?
They wanted to. It wasn't dropping off was like 5-ish, but that didn't really matter when they dropped off the kid. It was more about the idea that we try to get our kids. If we have not gotten our kids in their bed before 8 o'clock, we have failed, in our opinion, because the only way that we get any time at all to decompress, watch some shows,
I feel you there.
Is like in that 8 to 10 p.m. window, and then we got to.
Once it becomes 8:15 or 8:20, I'm like,
right.
Well, that's all screwed.
Right. So I said, yeah, that's fine. I get it. You're in a situation. They go, yeah, one of our other kids has a baseball game, but don't worry, that game should be over by 7-ish. And by the time we get back,
A kid's baseball game, those are never over.
That's kind of my feeling about that
They've
as well.
had to invent new rules to make those games end because they will never end.
I know. They talk about the rule when a team goes up by too many runs that they let the other team get out there. But they need a rule that if the game goes on past 7-ish, you just shut it down so that all the parents can get on with their lives.
Yeah, if once it gets darkish, that is over-ish.
Right. So they said basically, hey, can we drop our kid off at your house? We'll pick him up 8-ish. So 8 o'clock comes and goes.
Which I think that if you're going to add an ish, that probably buys you a grace period of 15 minutes.
That's exactly the time. So my wife said at 8:15, she's like, should we text and ask her where she is? And I said, well, she said 8-ish. So to me, if I'm using the word ish, I'm always factoring about a 15-minute buffer zone is what I think.
I think you meant 30.
I meant 30. No, but my wife goes, well, she said 8-ish, so maybe she meant 7:45. I'm like, no one ever.
No one's early on the ish.
Ish is always later. Ish is always later, but I would think it caps at 15 minutes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anything after 15, you just need to move your ish to 8:30-ish. So you just need to move with the time. So 8:15 became 8:30. 8:30 became 8:45. 8:45 became 8:50. Now we're 50 minutes past the ish.
Now we're 9-ish.
We're getting close to 9-ish. And I say to my wife, let's just text back and say something funny like, hey, did you forget about her?
Yeah.
And
meanwhile, your kids have to stay up because they're not going to go to bed when there's another kid there.
They have to stay up. So it's kind of screwing a lot of things out. My kids are up. This kid's still over. They're having the time of their lives. But meanwhile, there's school
they're at a 10 and you have to bring them back down for.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
a whole process.
So send a message to the mom. And she's like, oh, on my way. No apology. No sorry. Da-da-da. And then she shows up after 9. And we kind of said, hey, I didn't know if we would see you. And she says, well, I said 8-ish in the text. So we're all like, yeah, no, we saw the 8-ish.
Yeah, but once there's a 9 in front of it, it's no longer an 8-ish, no.
And she was defending that 8-ish could mean into 9. And I'm like, no way ish buys you an hour.
No, absolutely not. And you know what? If she's not giving you because I've done this before with like babysitting or whatever, like with acoustic, for example. I don't know exactly when we're going to be back from that. It could be 11, it could be 12. And so I do give a buffer, but if I'm going to be late, I will text and let them know because I know how crappy that is that you're home and waiting for them to show up at a certain time and then they don't show up.
And that's when you use the ish and go late-ish. Late-ish is a great use of ish because you're saying late, which is means different things to different people, and you're just saying later, late-ish. Late-ish could mean midnight, could mean 2 a.m.
Yeah. Well,
that's a good use of ish. But when you start going 7:45-ish, you cannot drag that into 8:45. And I know you can argue, oh, shut up, old man, with your, it's not that late. But the reality is, when you say 8-ish, I do believe, and I'm curious, text line, let me know, but someone said 5 minutes. Wow, ish gets you 5 minutes on either side. I think it's more than that. But 15, I would say, is the max.
Goes beyond time, too. I mean, everything in my fridge is very ishy.
It sure is.
And just like this conversation, it's good-ish.
It's good-ish, but also bad-ish.
You don't really know.
KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show.
We listen to KROQ.
Caller 20 to KROQ now wins a 4-pack of tickets to Universal Studios Hollywood. 800-520-1067.
planning on adopting not one but 2 additional kittens, and she thinks she's a hero because she's saving them, but really she's ruining her own life. And you're not listening to me, you're not listening to anyone, so we had to get your mom on the phone. And even you from the future could not talk yourself out of it, and we heard that sounds like a chaotic mess that you're dealing with.
Hey, Allie, it's me, Allie from the future.
You sound even more gay in the future, which is amazing. I don't know how that happens. Let me get your mom back on the phone. Hi, Allie's mom. Now,
Yeah.
she listens to you maybe, so are you a fan of her plan?
Well, not really.
I did notice when I sent you some of the videos, Mom. Yeah, I sent them to some of our other friends and stuff, and they're like, "Oh my God, so cute!" And then your response was, "Are you getting both?" And it was just more of like I can't believe what you're doing. Was I reading that right?
Yes, because you said that like Callie has been acting up and meowing all over the place, and I'm just thinking, so what? We're gonna add more chaos with 2 kittens that are gonna be meowing all over the house.
Well, they would cancel each other out.
This is the stupid cat math your daughter's been doing, or she's been trying to explain how getting 2 new cats is actually the equivalent of having no cats.
No, because who's taking care of the kittens, Callie?
No, my adult cat's not taking care of the kittens. We would be in, and Wesley would help because he would learn about the responsibility of an animal.
Well, get a hamster.
Okay.
See?
Well, you have to admit, Mom, you're not a cat person. You don't like cats.
Well, I mean, I no, not really.
Good. I love it. Throat goat. You and I are on the same page.
Yeah, I just think you're adding more responsibility to your life, and you guys are already super busy. You like to go places for the weekend. I mean, who's babysitting the kittens?
Well, I think
that's where you come in, Mom.
See, I think this is what it's about. I think she knows now that she's going to be getting called on a lot to come down, watch the kid, watch the cats. A lot of responsibility is going to fall on you. You got a busy life, throat goat.
I do. But I mean, because they're right now super busy, and Wesley's not even in school with baseball games and stuff like that. And then I'm also worried about litter back.
Yeah, they carry diseases. Hey, also
wait, litter back,
litter boxes.
Oh, the litter boxes.
No, litter back.
What's that?
It's a thing. It's when you're straining your back all the time, picking up.
Litter back is a condition people have. Allie, you can get litter back.
I thought it's when you get a bacterial infection in your back and it looks like cat litter.
Wow.
Also,
picking up the boxes of cat litter.
You talk about the chaos in that house. Allie's wife is tap dancing around, making up a huge racket as well. You know about that too?
Yes, I do.
Are you concerned at all that your daughter is becoming a kind of laughable lesbian stereotype at this point? The Subaru and the cats.
They're going to be cat women.
Yeah, they are. Hey, by the way, we have
Thank you for calling us women.
Hold on. We have a cat woman. This is Lisa on the phone. Hey, Lisa, you're a crazy cat lady?
Oh, I am.
How many do you have?
Oh, well, I had 2, and then a year ago, I brought home 2 more actually, I'm on my way to Bakersfield, and I wanted to bring them back, but I can't do it, so I picked up 2 more. So now I have 4. Do not do it. No, don't do it.
Listen to this woman. And we had a woman yesterday that talked about how her father was eaten by his cats. He had so many. Not even a joke. This woman called and told us a real story that her dad his corpse got eaten by all his cats in the house.
Yeah, but just because you went overboard with your cats and then couldn't say no doesn't mean that I'm going to turn out like you.
Wait. I did not go overboard. First of all, I love cats. I love animals.
Oh, boy.
But getting the 2 more kittens, now I am spending twice as much. I just had to take them to the vet yesterday. One is spraying. Okay? You don't know this. I did this a year ago. Constantly spraying in the house. Now he's on medication. I have sitting on a $3,000 vet bill.
Is this Allie from the future, too?
Shut up.
I'm confused now. Hold on.
Do you have litter back?
Love cat. 5 cat boxes in the house.
All right. This is a woman who's she's saying everything that your mom and I are saying to you, Allie, which is you got to cut this. I know people are trying to talk you into it because it's adorable. Everyone loves a kitten. You are as cheap as anyone. You are so cheap. This woman on the phone, $3,000 vet bill. It's going to be happening. Think of all your vet bills, doubling,
It's
tripling.
warm in here.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh.
Yeah, because you're making a bad choice.
Look, well, also, I think it's my mom. You're biased because you're allergic to cats.
Yeah, but I mean, the concept is a novelty type thing. Oh, cute little kitten. Aw, wouldn't that be fun? And then you're going to be, a month into it going, what have we done?
Yep. Hey, we're saying the same thing. If you and I are on the same page and Allie's just not listening, she's choosing to tune us out.
Well, because we already made the decision, and Wesley's really excited. The cats aren't in our home yet; they're not ready to be picked up. We've had time to think about it, and Callie does need a companion. That's why she's got.
Did Callie tell you that?
She said it with her eyes, Mom.
714 says Allie has a lot of time to take care of cats because she doesn't have to worry about paying her phone bill because she's still on her mom's plan.
Yeah.
That's
I love that, Mom. But keep
Are you
it up.
aware that Allie had a death in the family yesterday?
No.
Yeah, Mom. One of the fish died.
Aww.
Yeah.
So I mean,
the
clearly
one on the left.
She's not fit.
That was his name.
I knew it would be the one on the left.
Yeah, I know. He was a lazy fish from the beginning.
Last fish on the left.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there you have it.
He disintegrated when I tried to take him out of the tank.
Allie,
that's so gross.
Thank you. That is gross. That's right. Well, listen, we tried. I called out all the stops. They got the big guns in here. Throat Goat took a break from her morning activities to call in and tell you don't do it, but you're not listening.
I know, but you can buy a lot of fun cat stuff on Whatnot for me, Mom.
Oh, please.
Okay, there you have it. That's Allie's mom. Thank you. We tried.
Okay.
Allie,
love you, Mom.
Did any of us convince you or no?
My mom has given me a lot to think about. We do have a lot going on. We have a lot on our plate.
So many people on the phone
And we
now
do
that
like
wanna-
going out of town.
want to talk you out of this? Do you need to hear
I feel like I'm so warm.
Let me just get Allie from the future on again. Yes, go ahead.
Hey, Allie, it's me, Allie from the future.
I know.
Don't listen to these people. Everything is great. We are so happy, and you are loving life.
You sound happy. The future sounds good. You got to take a break. When we get back, that's Allie from the future. Everything will be fine.
It's not me.
When we get back,
they're eating my body.
Petty claims court after this. just joining us, you're going to hear a lot of noises, a lot of heavy breathing this hour. It's not just because the heat wave outside, but we've decided to bring the heat wave inside and just completed a version of the Hot Ones Challenge. You can see it on YouTube and a lot of stuff going up on the socials at Klein Alley Show. We, as usual, don't fake anything around here, so unfortunately we all took a turn with the hottest of the hot sauces answering your hot questions.
Yeah, and we were I was just telling some of the people out in the company kitchen what we did. And I was like, and we also have we have pictures later, like professional pictures.
Oh, yeah,
and they were like, why would you do those two things on the same day? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, we're bad at planning stuff. We're taking new show pictures after the show today.
Why did we do that?
Now that my picture outfit is covered in snot and hot sauce, this is a great day to take some pictures. Yesterday, I found myself in a real dilemma at the grocery store, and we recently had that conversation. I think it was our most recent petty claims court, where a guy brought his wife or girlfriend to petty claims court because she's one of these people that always insists he buys the organic version of whatever. And his point is, over the years, that adds up to a lot of money. And reality is, a lot of the stuff that's quote organic isn't really that much better or healthier or cleaner than the other stuff.
Right.
Yesterday, found myself at the store because Allie inspired me with her do not buy list. She a list of things she will no longer spend money on. And I told my wife, I'm done ordering any sort of delivery in the form of salads. It's fine. We want to deliver certain foods. I'm okay with it. I'm not going to make dumplings from scratch at home. You want to order those? Great. I'm not paying for any more delivery salads. You want a salad?
I'll make
a salad.
Wow.
Because the reality is, I get it. Salad, some people think, oh, there's a really good salad here. You got to try the salad here. But for the most part, you should all be making your own salads.
It's not the thing. It's not the salad that's important. It's the dressing that's important.
It. For the most part, what's in the salad, it's all the same crap, cut up differently.
And you pick out the things you want.
She said she wanted, I forget the name of what it's called now. It's like lettuce, but it's.
Are you thinking of salad?
No, I'm not thinking of. No, it's not arugula.
Romaine.
No, romaine. That's the one. Romaine. Thank you, Omar. She wanted
cabbage.
That's not cabbage. Thank you, but we're getting further. She wanted romaine, so I go to the store. I had two options. There's the regular romaine, and then the organic one, which.
And I'm sorry, you're at Whole Foods?
No, I'm not at Whole Foods.
Where are you at?
A regular grocery store.
Oh.
But I'm in the, quote, organic section now, and I see 3 steps over, regular salad, romaine, and then for 30 cents more, organic. At 30 cents, not bad. I'll get her what she wants, which is the organic.
Sure.
I go home. She's already not happy I'm making it. She wanted me to order it. I said, I'm not ordering it. I'm going to make it. I cut into the first romaine piece. I open it up, and it is coated with bugs. Bugs upon bugs.
The picture you showed me, they were not coated.
Well, the one I showed, and by the way, I'd already rinsed this. This is post-rinse. So think about all the bugs I washed off. I cut into the other one, once again, bugs. Not just like, yeah, I get it. You eat a salad, every once in a while you're going to come across a ladybug. I'm talking about like hundreds of little bugs, a colony of bugs. Cut in the other one, more bugs. So my first thought is, this is disgusting.
Right.
But
and then what's your second thought?
I said I got to text Allie and see how she would respond, because even though I just went to the store, is it worth me driving back? It's now rush hour. Am I going to, even though it's only 5 minutes away, am I going to drive back and return lettuce? Am I at that point in my life where I'm returning lettuce?
Welcome to my world,
for,
my friend.
What ended up being $5.99. I say, Allie, I send her the picture.
$5.99.
That's
expensive.
I say, Allie, what would you do here? And Allie's first response is, awesome, extra protein. That's her first response. Mm-hmm. She's not even fazed by all the bugs, which is disgusting.
And I told you to put an image into ChatGPT just to determine what bugs they are, because that matters.
So I did do exactly what you said. I put the image into ChatGPT, and it said that these bugs, and I know that people are using AI for all sorts of more important things, but I like that I can just take pictures of bug-infested produce and say, what am I looking at here?
Yeah.
And they said, you're looking at romaine lettuce leaves with brown insects that appear to be aphids, which are tiny, soft-bodied insects that can be found on plants, leaves, and stems. They are often brown in color. They are a pest to gardens. They feed on plant sap. They can also damage the plant and potentially transmit diseases.
And what did I say to that?
Allie wrote back to that, just ignore the last part. You're fine. Organic produce is way more likely to get those bugs. You're all good.
Yes, because that's a sign of a healthy plant, that the aphids are eating it up. And you know what? Because it's organic, they don't have the pesticides that keep all those bugs away.
I sent the same thing to my wife,
And she goes, transmit diseases? We should sue. Was the same response. So
she paid attention to only the last sentence, which was transmit diseases.
Allie's response was, that's great. So the answer is I did, only because I had to go pick up my other daughter anyway, for the first time in my entire life. Went back to the store, receipt in hand, bug-covered produce in the other hand.
Wow.
And I went up to the first person I saw that was the guy helping at the self-checkout, not very useful guy.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, hate to say this, but are you the manager? He goes, no, but I can help.
I'm working self-checkout. No.
I am as
I'm
far
not
from the manager as anyone in this store could be. I literally am the boss. These robots are my bosses.
Yeah.
And I said, hate to do this. I'm not this guy.
Oh, don't even bother saying that.
This lettuce I just bought here 2 hours ago is covered in bugs.
Mm-hmm.
The guy takes it out of the bag, looks at it, and goes, wouldn't say covered in bugs. He's like giving me, he's like sassing me. He's like looking at it. He goes, wouldn't say covered in bugs. I go, how many are we counting here?
Yeah.
He's like,
there's bugs on it.
He's like, what do you think? I said, I don't know, hundreds? He goes, I'd say 20.
Okay.
So I said, we're fighting now.
Why are we?
So I said, is this, am I in the wrong for bringing this back to you?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, what do you want to do here?
Oh.
He goes, you want to go grab another one? And I go, not really. He goes, well, you want your $5 back? I go, I guess. I'm going to have to
and
go.
then I go, okay, come on over here.
So I
gotta
gotta
help
go.
you at another counter.
I got to go. He puts it back on the card. And then I got to stop on the way home and pick up a
And now you're
$24 salad to go, which was the one thing
that
I wasn't going to spend money
doesn't
on.
have aphids on it.
So there you go.
So there you
the
go.
important thing is Allie's point is if you have bugs on produce, you just eat it anyway.
Oh, yeah, because it's just got that extra crunch.
Omar, you're the only person right here that's normal. Would you have returned it, kept it, or eaten it?
Oh, I would have totally returned that. That's
Really?
gross. Oh,
Okay,
yeah, for
fine.
sure. That's
'Cause
nasty.
Allie made me feel like I was a fool for
Well,
assuming.
if you rinse them, spoiler alert, the bugs are gone.
Who knows, like, if they've been, like, chomping at that lettuce and, you can't see it with your naked eye, but it's all gross.
Yeah, they're chomping.
Yes, but that's like every lettuce before it gets to the store, probably.
Exactly. Everything has bugs on it. Everything.
No,
especially organic
the problem
produce.
with organic stuff is because there's no pesticides. The other stuff has pesticides. It's all about the pesticides.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Yes.
Allie, this is why your kid said this.
What do you think Mommy smells like?
Hot dog.
That's why. It's comments like that. This could be your new favorite thing right now. It's a brand new segment called What's the Word with Vanessa.
What is the word?
Now, Vanessa went on her Instagram
She doesn't even know we're doing this now.
But she doesn't even do that often.
She's not happy we're doing this either. But Vanessa, do you remember you posted a video about a week ago where you were trying to figure something out about shoes?
TikTok, where I try not to have a lot of followers.
Right. Well, you're doing
What? That's your goal?
That's her goal.
100%.
She will delete followers, and I can't figure out why.
The opposite of what you want.
Listen to this.
The way Steve Madden ads have been inflicted.
I know. She's going to say a lot of words here, and I don't think any of them are the words she's looking for. But she's on her TikTok, and she's specifically talking about Steve Madden ads.
The way Steve Madden ads have been inflicted. Mother effer. You know what I'm saying?
No, we don't.
No.
But if
you chose to post this,
she chose.
Yeah, because you know what? I wanted to, and no one's super strangers are seeing this.
I think
Not my friends.
I would follow you if I saw this.
Yeah, I would love it. If every day was just you trying to say something and don't know the word.
Have been inflicted. Mother effer. You know what I'm saying? Inflicted. I'm gonna try. The way Steve Madden ads, Vans ads, just shoe ads have been infantry.
I'm going to follow you right now.
Infantry.
I don't know. She's getting further away from what I think the word is. Now, we're all going to take a guess as to what we believe the word is. But I thought I knew it, and now I'm even lost.
What is the word?
What is the word?
And then
Vanessa.
she's like, that's good. Post.
And I'm trying to be good and not online shop. Have you seen that girl that's like, let me influence you. If you want to buy something, go on a walk. What? So I'm going to go on a walk. The way Steve Madden. I don't care that it's not perfect.
Now, not perfect. It's not anything.
Coherent.
So I guess the question is, in this edition of What is the Word with Vanessa?
The way Steve Madden ads have been inflicted. Mother effer.
What do you think, Allie, is the word?
I think it would be infiltrating.
Infiltrating. You
That's
think
my
that's the
guess.
word? Okay, interesting. Omar, what do you think the word is?
I think she's trying to say inflicting. They're inflicting these ads upon you.
See, I think she's just trying to say influencer. Influencing. I think she's got to be saying influencing because later in the thing she mentions the influencer. So I think, but it's weird because she does know that word, so I can't quite figure out why she wouldn't have been able to get there. Jake the Nerd, what do you believe is the word?
The only thing I think it was infirmary, but it doesn't make any sense.
714 said inflammatory.
Inflammatory is
I
interesting.
think maybe I heard incendiary too, but I don't think that makes sense.
In the case of what she's talking about, it would
None of those words make
it'd have to be
infiltrating.
The way Steve Madden ads have been inflicted. Mother effer. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying, total strangers.
The answer is we don't know what you're saying.
You guys know me.
Vanessa, now that we've all guessed what is the word, are any of us right?
Allie's right. I'm not going to say it, but Allie's right.
Well, what was it?
Infiltrating.
Yeah!
Allie, you got the word.
What do I get?
Infiltrating. You get to follow her on TikTok.
Woo!
That's crazy. That's the word you were going for, was infiltrating.
Yeah, and I knew the word, but it wasn't coming out of my brain. I'm like, I know people know what I'm saying. It's an
you
easy
caught
word.
Kevin too. Kevin Ryder.
Yeah, he's contagious.
We're all catching Kevin Ryder. Watch out, man. We got to get a vaccine or something ASAP.
Yeah. Klein Alley Show. KROQ. KROQ. Klein Alley Show.
Pride Month goes away forever, and then Allie can go back to dating guys. Oh, isn't that a great
It
thing?
was all a phase.
Let's be honest time. It's our final round of Let's Be Honest, the month Pride, which means any questions you have for Allie, a real, living, breathing lesbian. We get questions from straight men. A lot of straight men have questions for lesbians. We've studied you our entire lives. You've been in our browsing history since the creation of the internet.
You mean like _1 dope Mexican on Instagram who asked me, do you ever crave the D?
Great question. Listen, I wonder that all the time. I think maybe once in a while, it's like I've got certain types of food I like, and every once in a while I'm like, I have a weird craving for Indian food. No, I don't say that.
Every once in a while.
It's time for Let's Be Honest. Hit it.
Let's be honest. Let's put our lesbian to the test. She's the very best.
620-1067. You call, you text, and you can be a part of Let's Be Honest for the last time. If you don't get your questions answered today, you may have to hold on to those questions for an entire another year. Let's say hi to Uriel.
Hey, sorry guys, I had you on speaker. Good morning, Sweet
That's
Dibs.
all right. Good morning, Sweet Dibs. Question for a real-life lesbian. Go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot the question.
Oh my God!
Got your question.
This guy's the best.
Well, it confirms that I will never go back.
Allie, this is why she's into women. Guys like you.
I forgot.
Uriel, it's your big moment to shine now. Let's go.
Yeah, do lesbians celebrate Father's Day?
Oh,
Great question.
Lesbians celebrate Father's Day.
It is something that we've talked about because Mother's Day is a double whammy for both of us, and I wish that both of us could just sit back and have breakfast made for us, but then no one would make breakfast.
Or clean it up.
Or clean it up, exactly.
Right.
So I pitched to Katie, why don't one of us celebrate Mother's Day and the other person celebrate Father's Day? And she said that I would be the one to celebrate Father's Day, which I agree, I would play that role. But the problem is that everybody else around us will still send me Mother's Day cards. I would have to make some kind of a statement to our family going, hey everybody.
Include her.
Include me in Father's Day. Do not send me a Mother's Day card. And I think even just the greeting cards alone, I would love to make the switch because the Mother's Day cards are so annoying and so like, you deserve to relax with a nice glass of wine. If you age, like, I wish that I had like stupid fishing puns and stuff. Like, I wish I had that goldfish in the hammock as like a card for me because I think the Father's Day cards are at least a little more entertaining.
George, you're on with Allie. She's a lesbian and she's answering questions. Honestly, this is Let's Be Honest. What's up?
Allie, boobs or butt?
Another great
Boobs
question.
or butt?
You know, I think a lot of people would assume that because I'm a lesbian, I would choose the boobs. But
I've looked at you. I've watched you check out women, and you look at the butt. You're a butt girl.
I am a 100% a butt girl.
Yeah.
I will look at a butt. I will look at a good butt regardless, but I think that women's butts are some of the most beautiful things that God ever created.
They are.
And I think that, their boobs are great. There's a lot of functions and stuff like that. I'm not really big on my boobs.
No, none of us are.
Yeah, so it's just not really that much of a point of interest. It's not like a make or break for me in terms of like body. If I'm like, oh, this person has great boobs. Like Sydney Sweeney, she's got great boobs, I get it, but it wouldn't be a deciding factor for me. If she had tiny boobs or weird lopsided boobs or giant areolas, but still a great butt, just as good to me.
I noticed you didn't say mind in any of this. You could have answered that a lot of different ways.
That wasn't the question.
Well, you could have.
It wasn't boobs or mind.
No, obviously, but you could have taken a nice moment there to let everyone know that what really counts is the boobs.
But that wouldn't be lesbian and honest.
Omar, what say you? I know you're not a lesbian, but you would obviously weigh in on this as well. Boobs, butt. Which one to you is more significant?
Oh, let's see. For me, boobs all the way. Yeah, I love them.
Sweet knockers.
Hell yeah.
Of course. That's why he likes cooking with Claudia.
No one has said mind, by the way.
No one said, Omar could have said mind, bro. Let me see if Jake's going to throw mind in there. Jake, boobs or butt?
Okay.
Jake probably does say that. That's right.
That's why he's not getting laid.
Let's say hi to Sue on KROQ. It's Let's Be Honest time. Any question you have, Allie will answer them honestly, no matter how difficult the questions may be. And I don't know if we'll get to... Hey, Sue, hold on one second. I don't know if you saw this one on the text line, Allie, but someone did ask, 951, when scissoring, do you ever get that suction cup effect? Which I think is a valuable question.
It's funny. I also got an Instagram message about scissoring saying, if you guys are both freshly shaved, do you get razor burn?
Great. These are all good questions.
Which is true.
These
but
are
the
all-
suction cup effect, I have never experienced.
Sue, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Good morning, Sweet Dibbit.
Sweet Dibbit.
So what is your question for Allie?
Do you like Chapel Roan?
I love Chapel Roan. I actually just discovered her. It was like the weekend after Coachella and then I realized that she had played and that I didn't see her. I was so pissed. But she is amazing because she dresses like a drag queen, has this whole drag effect, super fun music, but then she's also queer and she writes songs about having sex with women, which is the best. I think the best of both worlds. But everybody who suggested her to me is straight.
Eddie.
Yes. Yep.
Eddie, you're on KROQ. Let's be honest time. What do you got?
Sweet knockers, guys.
Sweet knockers.
How do you eat your bananas?
break it up?
I've seen Allie. This is a great question. And
You can tell between the guy-girl questions.
Yeah, they're very different.
Do you like this cool new artist versus how do you eat a banana?
Allie will throw the banana out and just lick the peel. I've watched her do this many times.
Actually, motorboat the peel.
Yeah, that's her way of eating the banana. Eddie wants to know: do you ever eat full banana, or do you break it into pieces first?
You know how I eat a banana.
You slap it on your face? No. How do you eat a banana?
I slap it.
Is that a real question? How do you eat a banana?
No, I eat it, break it up into tiny little pieces.
Ivan on KROQ. Let's be honest. What's up?
So, do you find it offensive if somebody says, "Hey, what's up, bro?" or "Hey, what's up, man?" You know?
No, weirdly, I like it. Johnny comes in every morning and says, "What's up, fellers?"
Yeah, Johnny does
and I'm
give
like,
us the
"What's
fellas.
up?" I don't know. I just want to be one of the boys.
We up, guys. He throws that in there a lot, and Allie's just like, all right,
I've
nice.
never been one of those people who's like, let's get rid of the term guys. You know, how everyone says guys to guys and girls or everybody, and I think it's great.
Andrew, final question we have time for in this edition of Let's Be Honest. Make it a good one.
As a straight male, my question is, who pays for dinner when you guys go out?
This is a great question. This is really the question. And El Cheapo, I don't know if Allie's going to answer this as a lesbian or as El Cheapo.
It's so tough. You know what you do when you can't decide?
Let's talk about like a first date.
Break
Forget
a glass and sprinkle it on top of your meal, and then no one has
pays.
to pay.
Right? There's shattered glass on the meal. That's an El Cheapo answer, though. But when you were first dating a woman, you were on a first date with a brand new woman. That must be a weird thing, right? The bill comes to the table. The both of you just look at it and go, what is this?
We just slide it back and forth over
Just
and
keep
over
sliding
again.
it?
Sliding it,
Until-
sliding it, sliding it, sliding
Until
it.
someone's wrist hurts?
I can't remember back then. I think I was so broke back then that I could never pay for anything. So if anyone was willing to pay, I would let them. But now, since I'm the man in the relationship, Klein, and there has to be roles.
Got to be roles.
I'm actually the only person who remembers to bring payment. So
Smart.
I'm the one who pays.
Allie decided that she was going to step up and do something because we peer pressured her into doing it, really. And also because she believes that the people of Southern California are being fleeced, bamboozled, and scammed by gas stations all over that have been attempting to fool you into paying for air even though it is free. And I know that this has led to a lot of controversy as to people that say, well, it's not free unless you buy gas.
It doesn't matter. The point is that they're putting signs on the air pumps that say it is a certain amount of dollars for a certain amount of time. And the truth of the matter is that since the year 2000, air in California is free, and they should not be advertising it as anything other than free. And I do feel a new sense of purpose after my appearance in the city council last night. It was embarrassing, yes. It was nerve-wracking, and I was very nervous with those little microphones all in front of me. But I got it done, and now that I'm looking at this, I think I did go over my 3 minutes.
Yeah, I have not heard any of this. I've wanted to go in, and a lot of people have been tagging us because anyone could watch. Apparently, you could watch it live on YouTube as it was
People
happening.
were watching live and commenting. This is, I think, the most commented on video from the Agora Hills City Council.
Wow. And by the way,
It's a hard record to break.
the record was 3, and this one had, I think, about 6. But still, there were some net bangers that found out what Allie was doing. They got in the chat. They were infiltrating it as well.
Yeah, and I walked in literally as it was starting. I couldn't get there early, and I walked in. Thank God I knew knew exactly where the place was. I filled out my speaker card, and they did not read the name that I put on there.
Oh, what did you put on there? Poogers?
I put Poogers, yeah.
Really?
And they didn't say Poogers.
No.
I said Allison Poogers Johnson.
Oh, yeah. I have a feeling they're not a big fan of jokes at this.
But I was like, maybe if I can mask it between my regular name, they'll think it's like some artsy, cool middle name. And so I handed it to them. There were only 2 speakers that were scheduled to speak, me and one other guy. And the other guy was very passionate about a way to combat future wildfires in the city by making everyone trim their hedges.
Yeah,
he thought that everyone's hedges were too high.
Yeah, I think this is some of that guy.
It is something real that can reduce the risks we face today, and it's in your authority to make a policy decision to do so now. Thank you.
So that a guy is speaking eloquently about a topic that actually matters, that's affected us all, the wildfires. And then, of course, Allie gets called up. And she has a much less important topic to discuss, but it matters to her because she's cheap and she doesn't like people getting fleeced for $1 to buy air. So
our next speaker is Allison Johnson.
Boo. Did anyone? We should have filled the crowd with fans.
Well, it's funny because about a half an hour before this, when the thing actually started, they spent 25 minutes talking about this karate studio that's been around in the city for the last 30 years. And there were speakers that spoke about that place. The people came up in their karate gear. They spoke. They took pictures. And then once all that was over, they all left. So there was like 2 people left in the city council
so you had
meeting
no
when
one
I
left.
actually, because they were there for their moment, the karate studio, and then they all left. I think there was a Girl Scout there as well. She left.
Oh, man.
So it was me and this one other speaker, and then maybe 2 other people.
You know, when you're done with your speech, all you want to do is head to the door, but then you got to, like, it's like that moment. It's like when you go to a comedy club and the comedian you see already went, you're like, I got to get out of here now. I don't want to sit around. Allie was like,
I was the person that you're like, oh.
When will this end?
Our next speaker is Allison Johnson.
Shut up!
Hey!
Here we go.
Hello, council.
Whoa.
Now, very loud.
Everyone else was not loud. I think I was speaking a little too loud.
Did you walk right into the podium? What happened here? Did
Swallow that mic?
Yeah, it's like,
Hello, council.
by the way, Allie, there's video of this. You got to see it. You look nervous.
I am nervous because
You
you
sound
have a
nervous.
big podium of people with those tiny microphones, and they're all very serious.
Yeah, but
and
you're
they're
not on
talking
trial. You're not like, it's not like you're on trial.
I
for
know, but they're judging with their faces.
That you believe in.
Yeah, you're fighting for your own cause.
I know, but as I
up
was
there.
walking up, I was like, what I have written is ridiculous.
Well, we'll be the judge of that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hello, council. Thank you so much for letting me speak tonight about an issue that I have noticed and wanted to raise to people's attention.
You wrote that like that?
No, I didn't start that way.
What happened? You went off script?
Yeah, I got too nervous at the beginning.
Yeah, you like went into a weird
I
ramble.
was going to start by asking them all to close their eyes and take a deep breath.
What happened there?
I got too nervous. I just thought
Raise to people's attention. As I take a deep breath now, I'm thankful that that breath is free.
Oh, boy. You went like real dramatic with it, huh?
Yes.
If you're just joining us, Allie is addressing city council to try to make a change that will affect us all if you've ever been screwed. And I don't know. We've been talking about this for a few days now. I don't know if there's one person that's actually paid for air. I think people have seen...
No. There are a lot of people who have paid
I've
for
paid
air.
for air, dude. Are you kidding?
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't realize you fell for the
course.
scam.
Yeah, you see, I didn't know it was a scam. There's it says put in 50 cents or whatever. You put in the 50 cents.
The council member I talked to after I spoke
Wasn't
went
free.
up to me as well.
All right, here we go.
And I think to myself, what would it be like if it wasn't free? Maybe every minute of breathing would be 50 cents, or even worse, $1.
Oh, God.
Really taking everyone on a path here.
You know, you could have used ChatGPT to give you something good. You were.
This is OG. This is all alley, baby. This is Poogers.
You went freehand. Also, you said there's people in this room. It doesn't sound like there's anyone in this room.
No, it doesn't. Even though there's a lot of people, there's not a lot of people.
Yeah, it's like...
And life-saving oxygen is all around us, and it fills this very room. But some people feel it should come at a price, and I'm talking about gas station owners and their infamous...
Owners. Oh, boy.
I had a few flubs there.
Feel it should come at a price, and I'm talking about gas station owners and their infamous air pump scams. How often have you paid to fill your tire not knowing that you did not have to pay?
Never, you cheap bitch.
No.
Wait, why is everyone... Don't yell at Allie.
By the way, what are the rules of one of the rules of public speaking is you have to kind of like make eye contact with the people you're trying to communicate your message to.
Too scared.
And you are just staring down at the paper.
No,
You don't look up at all, huh?
No.
I haven't seen the video. I did see like a clip. I saw the picture that everyone's been photoshopping on our Instagram.
I was way too nervous to even look them in the eye because I just felt so stupid.
Did you do your hair? Did you go get your hair done for this? It looks like you did your hair for this.
Well, I had.
She got a blowout.
You didn't wear
No,
that.
I didn't get a blowout.
She went to the gas station and she got the free air and blew out her hair.
I'll show them.
No, there's a little water in that air, Omar. That wouldn't work.
So, I mean, the fact that Allie.
I wanted to look professional.
Yeah, you look good. I don't know. Here you wear that giant baseball hat, but over there, you did the whole thing. So you should have worn that giant hat in there, supporting Iran. Here we go.
How often have you paid to fill your tire not knowing that you did not have to pay? Most people don't realize this, but California law requires every service station in this state to provide during operating hours water, compressed air, and a gauge for measuring air pressure to the public for use in servicing any passenger or commercial vehicle.
So you decided to not go funny. You went factual.
I have to go factual and then eventually get funny. I get funny.
I think that last person left that was sitting there.
The Girl Scout left.
Yeah. Oh, so you hear someone.
You walked to council.
Shut up.
Start leaving. Here's air. There's a whole room full of air now. Congratulations. You got it.
And despite this being a law since the year 2000, I see every gas station in the city and beyond advertising with stickers. Air, $1.50 for 4 minutes. Air, $2.50 for 5 minutes. Not only is 5 minutes a ridiculously long amount of time for air, they asked us to pay through traditional coin slots, and I've seen gas stations that I frequent even add card readers in the last 6 months to their air machines, waiting for people like us to pay unknowingly.
Minutes have to be up by now, right?
No, because you guys keep stopping.
This feels
it's not
like
even been a minute yet. I have a lot
Isn't
more
there a
to
guy
say.
with a buzzer or a gong over there?
No, they don't have a buzzer.
I want to be a gong guy.
There were only 2 people slated to speak, all right? There's time.
Oh, man.
Allie,
I have a lot more to say. Are you guys going to let me speak? Because they let me.
I think you're doing great.
People like us to pay unknowingly.
Oh, that's it.
They don't do that in Agora Hill City Council.
That's a great idea.
Dick.
They're just calling you out, and there she goes.
All right, are you going to take my cause seriously? Because let's just move on then if you're not going to.
But the fact that you actually took the time out of your night to go to City Hall.
That I had the balls to speak in front of the city council.
People like us to pay unknowingly, earning them hundreds of extra dollars a year as they laugh their way to the bank. And these crooked owners...
Hundreds of dollars a year. I don't think it was laughing their way to the bank for a couple $100 a year. I'll show you. I'll buy a sandwich.
You have to commit.
All right, so once again, they're not... Are they supposed to react at all or no?
No, they said at the beginning that they hear people's things and then they just say thank you. They said we're not going to comment on anybody's, but she did end up commenting on mine.
Here we go.
I've been disgustingly capitalizing on this for years, betting on the fact that most people will see a sign asking for money and pay for air without knowing their own rights. In their busy lives, they don't realize that not only is the air that we breathe free of charge, but so is the air in their tires, their pool floaties, and that one soccer ball that's constantly leaking air. But the true leak here is not our balls, it is our wallets.
Beautifully said.
Isn't it?
That's a great quote right there.
I want them to think about that.
That's your Rosie the Riveter right there. The true leak here is not our balls, it's our wallet.
Yes.
Let's get that made us immediately.
And as our local gas stations gouge their own community.
Wait, where's that weird accent just popping up from?
Well, I'm reading and I'm scared.
You're going to like a weird...
gouge.
And as our local gas stations gouge.
Gouge is spelled weird. I was looking on the paper and I was like,
and as our local gas stations gouge their own community by taking funds that are not legally theirs, profiting through misinformation and unclear messaging, it inflates the price of gas as well while we inflate our tires and take some more. And what they are really inflating is their egos and their wallets.
Well, this has become very, Allie, I think of like any of the great speeches that have been delivered through movies over the years. I mean, you almost needed, you should have brought like your own boombox with you and just given your speech.
This was my moment.
This was your moment.
I feel really good about what I did.
do have pictures.
Imagine how this would have sounded with this playing behind you now.
Is the law not sacred in the city? Is the city not meant to be a haven and escape from the corruption and hypocrisy of the big city? How can we protect all of us from draining our life savings on lies? I do have pictures as evidence, even though I can't really show them to you now, but...
Oh, Jesus.
They're on and the air machines advertising a price alongside tap-to-pay card readers or traditional coin slots. There are many, and in many cases I go in and ask them to turn the air on, and they do, but they just try and shoo me away. Because they would rather I pay. But I shouldn't have to do that. And I'm here today asking to free the air.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm freeing the air.
By asking that all gas stations in the city of Agoura be required to add a sticker or an emblem that makes it well known to the public that this air is free, so as not to cause our residents to cough up their hard-earned dollars to these relentless, as I call them, gas holes.
Yeah, they bleeped me.
Oh, you got bleeped when you said gas holes?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they edited, they silenced the feed.
Wow.
Yeah,
crazy.
I got the feed silenced.
Time of inflation and economic uncertainty. In a time where we're asked to tip for everything, including coffee, and as I recently learned, babysitting. Let's do the public a service by telling them about the few times that we do not have to pay. Thank you.
I think she's going to get an answer outside. Thank you.
What was that? What does that
What?
woman say? I think what?
So she said thank you. Then they said they're not going to comment on anything, right?
Did she say gayuge?
I think she's going to get an answer outside. Thank you, Denise.
Wait, is that lady British?
All right.
Yeah, our mayor's British. I had no idea.
Whoa.
Are there any other speakers?
We do not have any further speaker cards.
Everyone left. Everyone, Ali has walked the entire room.
We are now moving on to the council consent calendar.
Oh, boy, that sounds fun.
Move
Well,
on.
listen, I can't believe you did it. I'm impressed you did. The video we're posting up, the Photoshops have been unbelievable
Klein,
on our socials.
I got
Alley Show.
approached by a woman outside when I
Yes.
left the chambers.
For sex?
And this is what she said.
I am the chief code enforcement officer. I honestly didn't know that the air was free, and I might be able to do something about it.
Whoa.
So she said, you told me you have pictures. I want to see the pictures. She gave me her email address. She wants me to send over all my evidence. And she told me that there is a summer leaflet that I might be included in that she can let all the residents and the gas station owners know that they cannot be the owners. That they can't be gouging us.
Yeah, no more gouging.
Gouging.
Allie's going to be in the leaflet. Dan, quickly, we are way behind. What's up?
Okay, hi guys. I'm a government teacher. Allie, I love your passion, but you're wrong. It's called Business and Professions Code 13651. Gas stations are only required to give you free air if you buy gas. That was passed in 99, took effect in 2000. Owners give air for free because they don't want to deal with your shit.
Onus. Get it straight. Onus. So you're saying Allie's wrong?
100% legally wrong, yeah.
And what is your claim to fame? Like, what is your credibility?
I'm a government teacher.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
They still shouldn't be putting $1.50 on there and all these prices when it's free.
I'm getting Allie's music up.
Take
so
that, government teacher.
We got to take a. I think what you did. I think you made a real difference.
I did make a difference, Klein. I could make it in the summer leaflet.
I am listening to this right now.
She's going to do something about it.
Poogers, you killed it.
Oh my gosh, you loser. They didn't say that.
The biggest difference Allie made was that all of these poor people were an extra 15 minutes late to their dinner that night. And that is the most important thing we can do. We have to take a break. We got your ADD news to get to in a moment. And if you have free air today, you have one person to thank. A bill that was passed in 1999, apparently.
What?
Oh, my
PHG.
Oh, sorry, PHG. You're on
What?
K-Rock. Good morning. Sorry, sorry,
I'm on the
PHG.
KROQ. Listen, I'm getting off the bus because I'm going over to 7-Eleven over here to Panhandle. I got to get some money to pay the therapist. She's going to do some therapy on me today.
Oh, just have you been in therapy for a while, or is this your first session?
Oh, like 13 years. That's why I'm in such good shape.
Right.
That's
Sounds
what we
that
think
way.
of when we think of you.
And she accepts change as payment at the end of your day of panhandling?
Well, it's like, well, come on, Klein. It's probably about, I don't know, I got the accent today, but I have not been smoking weed. I ran out. No, I paid her like $22 copay.
Right. Okay. What can we do for you, Pantyhose Greg? I'm going to need these phone lines back. We got busy stuff to get. We got a lot of stuff to give away. We got Monster Jam tickets. I can't.
Why are you calling?
Can't tie up these phone lines unless you have an important matter.
Don't be rude to me. I'm calling because I'm wondering if I have a career in comedy. You guys seen the act.
Well, you have to do more than one show.
Okay, so you want me to do like open mic nights, that kind of thing?
Did they invite you back? Because usually the way it works, if you go to one of these, Cool Beans comedy classes, is they come up to you afterwards if they think you have any potential talent, and they say maybe you should come to one of these other showcases we do. Did they invite you back?
Well, let me tell you something. They really love me there at the Ice House, the Cool Beans. The bus driver was there. He loved it.
Yeah, I know you said that.
Yeah,
If only you had a manager.
Oh, shut up, Jake. I'm so sick of you.
Love it.
Well, it's funny that Pantyhose Greg was actually genuinely hurt. What is that beeping, Greg?
Are you at a 7-Eleven or a hospital?
I'm at the light. You know, now the light makes these weird noises.
Oh,
and then
for
like a
blind
white
people.
person shows up, and then you can cross the street.
Right.
Right.
Watch. You'll say, wait, listen. Wait.
Great. We know how the thank you.
Thanks for the inside scoop
Have
on
you heard that
crosswalks.
before? Have you guys been on the street?
Yes, we've been on the street. All right, Pantyhose Greg, the answer is, do you have a career in comedy? Clearly, I think from what we heard, your first ever set doing stand-up, which you did on May 4th, which was Sunday, we think it didn't go great, but it could have gone worse. You did go the full 5 minutes, I think, and then they finally flashed the light at you to get you off the stage. You didn't have a lot of material. I'd say maybe you had a minute's worth of material that you stretched for 5 minutes.
Well, Klein, you know, everybody sees the world a little differently, especially you.
Right.
Well, you know what? I think you should do some open mics, PHG, and I think you should lead with that wait walk material. I really like the crosswalk stuff. It was gold.
It's good sounds right there.
Well, you know, what I was going to say...
Hey, Pantyhose Greg,
What?
I know you and Klein are so close. You guys are really good friends. What if Klein were to write some material for you? Would you?
Yeah.
I would love that, Jake, but right now, I want to flush the toilet on you.
Well, all right. That wasn't Jake.
That was Homer. Listen, Pantyhose Greg, very confusing for new listeners. I understand why you'd be confused. Pantyhose Greg is a man that listens to the show. He was found our show originally when he was living in his car. Then when he got into a place, we helped him get a bed.
I forgot about that. We helped him get a bed.
It's been quite a journey. So the answer is we do feel in some ways obligated to follow this journey, and also hopefully, if this guy becomes the next massive stand-up comedian superstar with Netflix specials and international
Klein,
tours.
you got to write some jokes for him, dude.
I will. Pantyhose Greg, if you can confirm yourself getting more stage time.
Listens to KROQ. We got a customer here that listens to KROQ.
Oh, great.
Customer.
Where are you now?
Listen to KROQ in the morning, Klein and Alley? Sometimes. They're great, huh? Yeah, they are.
All right, thank you.
Pantyhose Greg said. Pantyhose Greg. Pantyhose Greg.
I'm Pantyhose Greg from Klein Alley Show.
Who? All right, well, thank you.
Don't throw me out.
Thank that guy for listening, but please stop mentioning our show to people. You're not really, you're very loosely affiliated with us.
Got it.
All right, great. I will write some material for Pantyhose Greg if he can, but he needs to get stage time somewhere. So once you get stage
Go
time,
to an open mic.
once you get confirmed stage time, let me know how much time you're going to do, and I'll write a few jokes for you.
KROQ has your chance to get ready for
Klein Alley Show. Get you into some Imagine Dragons. They just added another show at the Hollywood Bowl. That's coming up in a moment. But right now, let's talk about summer 2024. Feel them tropical vibes, Allie.
Yeah, man.
That's right. Will this be
This is the only summer music we
That's
have?
all we got. Generic summer songs, baby.
Couldn't
So,
have played my summer song.
nah, it's too many words. Too much singing.
Just enough words.
This
and
is-
more rapping.
We also, every time we play it, we get sued by Sublime.
That's
so
not true.
We can't play that song. But we can talk to you about what you believe that 2024 will be the summer of. Everyone looks back and they go, yeah, that was the summer of this. That was the summer of that.
That was the summer of civil unrest, huh?
Remember the summer of civil unrest?
That
and
was
then
fun.
the summer of schlub, and then there was the summer of rob because everybody was robbing everybody.
Yeah, that'll probably continue, though. I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon.
Mhm.
But summer schlub was kind of cool because that was where everyone was like, we can just go out being all sloppy, and that's in style.
Yeah, hot girl summer was a rough one for me.
Hot girl summer was Allie's 9/11. She will never forget. And she had to hide for 3 months inside during hot girl summer.
But now we have to predict what the next summer is going to be.
Let me say hi to Sierra. We'll take these calls. We all have our own predictions as well. And if anyone actually turns out to be right at the end of this whole thing, we'll give you something probably. Sierra, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
What will
So,
2024
honestly,
be?
I think it's going to be the summer of stoned. Everyone's not really drinking alcohol. They're all kind of quitting this year for whatever reason, but everyone's still picking up a pipe, smoking a joint.
That's so true. And I also think it's going to be like a summer of microdosing where people are going to be taking those like mushroom pills and stuff like that. They're going to be doing other things to feel
Go ahead. No one help her. Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm going to work this out.
I think someone's macro dosing right now.
If only you could expand your mind to think about what you're going to say.
There, exactly.
Yeah, what are you going to say? People are going to do what?
People are going to do other things in order to feel altered. That's the word I was looking for.
Jesus Christ.
That was way easier than
That was not even a big word. You couldn't come up with altered? On an alternative music station that we're currently on? All right, yeah, that's... I think that's an interesting early call because I do think people are...
And I think it's
quote,
cheaper.
micro-dosing a lot and doing functional mushrooms.
Mhm.
That'll be happening a lot more this... And summer is the best season for that, I think.
Totally.
Because people are kicking back more.
Yeah, you're just laying in a lounge chair in the sun, just microdosing.
I just want to say,
good.
as a PSA, there's a very slippery slope and a fine line between a microdose and an actual dose.
Mm-hmm.
And don't necessarily believe, because I've now gotten involved in quite a few little chocolate bars where they say like one, and they always have their little guide, which I don't think is scientific, where it's like 1 triangle is micro and 2 triangles is chill and 3 triangles is whoa. You know, or they always do those.
You're like, what does this mean?
Yeah, it's always this like, 1 is this, 2 is this, 3 is question mark, question mark, question mark.
Well, and they always say like certain dosage on like food, but it's very inaccurate.
Of
when they've
course.
actually done tests on them,
Yeah.
like they say something has 5 or 10 milligrams, and it could be that, or it could be way more. You don't know.
You don't know, but that's an interesting early pick. I like that. Hey, Dylan on KROQ this morning. Summer of what? 2024 summer is officially here. We're a month away now from 4th of July. So what do you got?
Hey, I think it's going to be the summer of FOMO. You know what FOMO is? Fear of missing out.
Yes, thank you. We all
What
know
is
what
FOMO again?
is, but why will this be
Meme
the summer?
stocks.
Why will this be the summer of that though?
Meme stocks are going crazy, man. FFIE for the win, man. Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, you
Rowan
know,
Kitty. Come on, man.
I did see that, by the way, and the GameStop went up again. The guy, Rowan Kitty, bought like another 200 million shares of it or something like that. So there is going to be a lot of I hear what he's saying. I did have some FOMO for that as well because I go, man, I should have gotten involved when I was
So
first
it's
going to
going to
get
be
involved.
like money-related FOMO?
I mean, all sorts of related. But I think summer always is that because summer is the time when everyone seems to be posting on their story like on a vacation, somewhere fun, somewhere tropical, at a festival. And if you're just scrolling that and not doing it, I guess there is that feeling of like, man, I wish I was. I don't even think I want to ever be there. I just like, it looks fun, but I know I wouldn't have fun if I was doing
Yeah,
it.
but I also think it's going to be the summer of overspending. I think people are going to spend beyond their means and beyond their budget because they want to have some kind of cool posty trip.
Are you saying summer of debt?
Yeah.
Is that your pick? Summer of debt?
Yeah,
Because
I,
they'll
mean,
look
I
back.
was going to go with hot alien summer, but let's go with debt.
Debt is a better pick, I think. I agree. I think that this is. I mean, look, inflation's getting high, jobs are getting scarce.
And I think
But
people want to travel even though inflation is crazy and the flights are crazy, and they're just going to go anyway and like deal with the consequences later.
And that's the problem when people say things like, take your mental health seriously, is that I think people use that as an excuse to go like, I really shouldn't go to
I'm gonna
Fiji
do
right
this
now,
for me.
but I need this for me. So I'm going to go ahead and open up 4 credit cards.
And then 6 months later, your mental health is horrible because you're in crippling debt
Right.
and really anxious about it.
Juan Carlos, 2024 will be the summer of what?
I believe 2024 is going to be the summer of Swicey.
Okay, you son of a bitch. Swicey. It is a Swicey.
summer.
It's a Swicey summer.
So Swicey.
It is a sway. We learned that yesterday in the ADD News.
The
It's all
summer
about,
of Swice.
It's all about mixing that sweet and spicy together. The summer of Swice is not a bad pick.
And Klein loves a hot honey.
Yeah, he's a Swice guy.
I am I've accepted it. I tried to fight it, guys, but I am, at my core, I am a Swice guy. All right? I'm pretty fly for a Swice guy. We've established that. Vanessa, you believe 2024 will be the summer of what?
Rollerblading.
It's a terrible pick.
Always tries to shoehorn rollerblading in.
I'm telling you.
Every time I go to the beach, every single time there has been more and more rollerbladers and roller scalers.
Scalers. It will be the summer of roller scaling. I was thinking that same thing.
I think that because after the pandemic, everyone was trying to take up rollerblading, and now people are still trying to stick with it.
Well, they bought them, and they're
I'm
like...
telling you, I see more and more every time I go to the beach.
Johnny, Postmaster Johnny, you're in the know. 2024 will be the summer of what?
It's going to be the summer of men's crop tops. Dudes cropping their top. What you laughing at so hard for?
I love that. It's just so specific.
Oh, hell yeah.
Johnny's convinced. I was trying on a shirt.
Does he
the other
have
day.
one?
Yeah, he wears them now. And I was trying on a shirt.
He
the other
does?
day. He goes, dude, you got to cut. He tried to convince me to cut the T-shirt I was wearing into a belly shirt.
Oh,
and
my
I
God,
said,
you should have done it.
I said, Johnny, what the hell are you talking about? He goes, dude, you look like such a square in that dumb long shirt. You got to cut that thing. And I go, cut it to where? And he showed me like just above my belly button. I said, Johnny, have you seen my body, my middle section?
It's probably cooler when dads do it, dude. You got probably stuff off good.
Way.
Yeah,
But
Johnny's shirts are getting shorter and shorter.
his shirts are getting short. I just thought he was trying to figure out how to do laundry for the first time.
I thought he was just too tall and was buying the wrong size shirt.
Yeah,
Well, that's true too. It's like a lot of the shirts I've thrift, they're like really short. They only make clothes for like small European men. It's like big 6'4" dudes like me never have a chance with cool clothes.
Good point. Whatever you said makes a lot of sense.
So you just got to go crop top.
To the studio now. You're going to see a lot of Postmaster Johnny today if you're watching on YouTube, because he'll be back in here in about an hour for Lie Day Friday, where we will get to the bottom of the dirty dishes that led to a whole kerfuffle here in the KROQ kitchen. So much so that every station was involved. Notes were sent. HR had to get involved. People's jobs were threatened. It was crazy, and I think it all began with one man named Johnny, but we'll figure it out officially when the lie detector man is in here. Right now, though, Johnny doesn't know. Chance for you to predict whether or not he'll know answers to very easy questions about money. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Johnny doesn't know.
Is this real?
Oh, Johnny doesn't know.
You can't use like
Johnny doesn't know. Johnny doesn't know.
your groin. What did you say, groin?
Johnny doesn't know.
Like if I do like a thrust shot right to the genitals, like off the backboard.
In fact, one of the questions that people have submitted, they'd like us to ask Johnny when he's on the lie detector test later, is does he ever throw the answers in Johnny Doesn't Know to try to sound dumber than he actually is, or is he actually this big of a dummy?
And Johnny would say, no cap on God. And we'd go, I don't know.
No cap on God would be the answer. So we'll find out later on today. Are you nervous, Johnny, about some of the questions that will be asked to you when you're strapped into the lie detector test?
No, not at all. I'm actually very excited for this.
Do you remember when you talked about bumps on your dong when we were driving up to Big Bear?
I do remember that.
There's a question about that will be asked in the lie detector as well.
Bumps on your dong.
Damn.
Yeah, so this lie detector test is going to go deep. It's going to go a lot deeper.
Why didn't you ask me about the bumps on your dong?
Well, don't worry. You'll have another chance.
Al, you have bumps on your dong?
That's
you got a dong.
I know bumps. I know dong bumps.
Let's get into these questions now. There are a lot of people on the phone that would love to win, courtesy of Johnny's brain. And we start with David on KROQ. Good morning, David.
Yo, what up, Sweet Dibs?
Sweet Dibs, you don't need to know the answers. You just have to predict whether or not Johnny will know the answers. Questions all about money, because we were talking about something in the back office, and we realized Johnny doesn't know a lot about money. Mm-hmm. Doesn't know how money works, doesn't know really pretty much anything. So maybe he'll get these right and maybe he will not. Which famous person is on the $5 bill? Will Johnny know that, David?
I think no.
Going to go with no. All right, Johnny. It's a $5 bill. I know what you're saying. No one uses cash anymore. How would you even bother learning that? But which famous person is on the $5 bill?
I remember this because growing up, I used to get this when the Tooth Fairy would leave me money. So it was Abraham Lincoln.
Wow.
Come on.
$5 still?
Yeah, $5 when I was a kid.
That's nice.
Hold on
Good Tooth
one
Fairy.
second. He got that right, David. So I'm sorry. Johnny does know certain things. Wouldn't know that, but he does know certain things. Let's say hi to Lily. Oh, Lily's a child? Oh, good to know. You want to play with a child?
Ooh, that was
I don't know if I want to answer that.
Pull that clip. No, don't pull that clip.
Tough.
We'll get to Lily in a second. Let's say hi to Austin on line 6. Hey, Austin, welcome to Johnny Doesn't Know Money. You ready to go?
Good morning, guys. Sweet Dibbits.
Johnny, as you know, we're in officially people doing their taxes now. You're going to hear a lot of talk about CPA. People need to get a CPA for taxes. What does CPA stand for? Will Johnny know this, yes or no?
No.
All right.
Did you just forget that you have to do your taxes?
Well, yeah, I forgot. I got to go take it to my uncle because he's the tax man, and I was just like, "Oh crap!" You just reminded me, and we're way past the month.
You just reminded me that I have to get someone else to do this.
Wait, Johnny, is he a CPA or he's just the tax man because he's your uncle?
Does taxes. He does taxes.
So he's a CPA, probably.
No.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
All right.
He's got a shop. That's all I know.
Austin doesn't a shop.
He's got a shop.
Austin doesn't believe that you will know this. Based on what you just said, I also agree you will not know this. What do you think a CPA stands for?
Cash person affiliate.
Ooh.
Cash person affiliate.
California person affiliate.
California person. So they can only happen and work in this state.
Okay, cash person affiliate then.
Okay, go back to that dumb answer.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Austin. Good job predicting Johnny would not know. That is absolutely incorrect.
Let's go.
What's the answer, though?
Certified public
notary.
No.
Notary, that's an N.
Sorry.
Certified public
authority. Accountant.
There we go.
Yes.
You got there.
Duh.
You got there.
Money. Yeah.
Duh, money.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There you go.
I think we only have time for one more, which is too bad. I will give Lily a shot, though, because I bet you she'll know this answer, whether or not Johnny will or not. Lily, welcome to Johnny Doesn't Know Money. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Johnny, how much is 10,000 pennies? If you have 10,000 pennies, how much money do you have? Lily, will Johnny know this?
No.
Okay. Johnny, you have 10,000 pennies. How much money do you have?
100 pennies make up $1. 10,000 times 100 sounds like 100,000.
$100,000?
$1 million. No, 100,000. 100,000. A million's too much. 100,000 pennies.
Means $100,000?
Yes, because we're at no.
Well, once again, I'm gonna go back to the question.
Sorry, wait.
The
one more
question
time, please.
is, how much money do you have? His head is about to explode. You can watch his
I'm
head.
locking in right
My
now.
uncle would know this.
He would. He would.
Gotta call my uncle.
I'm sorry, Uncle
He's the
Eddie.
guy I give all my pennies
He's
to.
got a shop.
He's a California money man. Johnny, if you have 10,000 pennies, how much money do you have? Where we left off, you were at $100,000. I just want to go back to where we left off. Lily, don't say the answer, Lily, but do you know the answer?
Yeah.
Okay, you're 14.
She Googled
Johnny,
it.
she didn't Google it.
Yeah, she did.
Johnny, shouldn't you be at school now, Lily? What are you doing on our phone?
I'm going to school.
Oh, going to school. Yeah, you're learning what happens when you don't go to school right now. Johnny, you have 10,000 pennies handed to you. How much money do you have?
So if we have 100,000 pennies, then all we got to do is just really
It's not
multiply.
100,000. He keeps saying 10,000.
It's 10,000 effing pennies. Lily, you said Johnny will not know, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
100,000, 100,000, 100,000, 100,000.
$100,000?
10,000. Damn, why is this so tough? No, 100,000 pennies to make up a dollar. Or what did you say?
Again, it's 10,000.
Johnny,
100,000 pennies is $1.
Johnny, Klein.
Yes, I know. This one's hurting. Can I have a pen and paper?
Johnny,
Sure.
listen, you don't need a pen. Give him a pen and paper. I want to see what he draws here.
Please, okay.
Johnny,
here we
I'm
go.
going to start again at the beginning.
Draw some pennies.
Go ahead.
Draw all 10,000 and then count.
This is going to take a while, guys.
Okay. let's
Johnny,
go.
you have 10,000 pennies. How much
Okay.
money do you have?
10,000 pennies. 100 pennies make up a dollar.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I feel like we're just
What
moving
next?
the decimal. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 0, 0.
You're adding zeros.
Yes. Let's go a million. 1 million.
You have $1 million.
A million pennies. A million pennies to make up $100.
No,
What are
that's
you
not
saying?
the question.
100,000. Wow, I might be. Well,
God, man.
this is tough.
Lily, do you want to tell
I
Johnny?
don't know how you've always had more money than.
Lily, do you want to tell Johnny the answer?
She doesn't know. See, she's googling it right
Lily,
now.
what's the answer?
I don't actually know.
See?
What?
Well,
It's $100.
That's right.
There you
It's
go.
$100.
Oh, I was close. 100,
You were
100,000.
not close.
That's
You
You
were-
said $1 million at one point.
Hold on, Lily,
I got a
hold
little
on.
caught up.
Lily, hold on 1 second. All right, Allie. Austin got his right. Lily got hers right. I don't even know if Lily's old enough to win things from us.
Yeah, let's
but-
go with Austin.
But it doesn't matter anyway, because Austin, you were selected. You'll be going tonight if you want to Rise Against and Papa Roach. Excuse me.
Whoa.
Pop, remix. Or if you want, we leave Ricky Gervais at the Hollywood Bowl. Choice is yours.
Yeah, let's go tonight.
All
Thank
right,
you, guys.
cool. You're going to the Forum tonight. Enjoy that show. Johnny?
That was tough, man.
God bless you.
Thank
We'll
God.
be Johnny. He'll be back in the studio next hour for the lie detector test.
You can rest your brain.
I'm going to ask him again when he's back in here in an hour. for the lie
Stop.
detector.
Don't
Okay,
do it.
stop.
I can't do it again.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him again if, and I think
No.
that lie detector machine could explode.
Penis vagina. Penis vagina. Penis poop pee trailer. Poop ba. Poop ba 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 ba. Poop ba. Poop ba 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 ba. Poop ba.
All right. I was given a bit of a proposition, or at least a situation that needed solving. Now, for my trip, we are all flying to Vegas, meeting there, staying in a hotel for a night, and then we're meeting in the lobby at 4 a.m. to take some kind of a bus to a train to a plane to the canyon.
Allie is doing some sort of a weird hiking survival week. Sounds like the kind of thing you would do to a kid that had a drug problem, where you got to put him on a scared straight week to live in the wilderness.
It's a rafting trip through the Grand Canyon for a week. We're covering 288 miles. People say it's a dream, life-changing experience.
Right. And the only good part of the trip, from when you've explained this to me, is that you get to go to Vegas. And the whole thing, even this part is terrible. They don't go to a good, fun Vegas hotel. They go to one of those, like, off-the-strip, no casino hotels. And then they have to wake up at 2 in the morning or something like that and go on a bus to take them to the...
Yeah, so I actually have to get up just as early as I normally do for work.
Like, when Allie started explaining this trip to me, she goes, "It starts in Vegas." I go, "Wow, you got me. I'm already in. What a great trip."
But I have to go to bed at 7.
Don't worry. We're at the Marriott, not on the Strip. And there's nothing fun to do at it. And we're
I heard the Venetian's close.
Yeah. All right. So then,
I also got an email from the hotel this morning and said, "We look forward to welcoming you to the exciting city of Las Vegas. We wanted to share that we are having a little work done."
Oh, the hotel is great.
We are in the midst of a transformation, including the new Great Room restaurant, bar, and marketplace.
Hi, I'm the hotel. That sounds like a terrible situation.
The new Great Room.
Yeah, so you now...
So all of us are staying in this hotel, and when we booked the trip, most of us booked a room. Now, and everybody on the trip that I had known of were all women. So there was 5 of us, all women. Now there's a guy, a straight guy, that has been added to the trip kind of last minute. Just a couple weeks ago, we learned that this other guy was able to come.
Is this like a woman's empowerment trip or something?
No. It just happened to be women in this friend circle that are going.
Right.
Now, this guy has a wife and a child, young child, but he's going by himself. Now, he went to go reserve a hotel room, and there was nothing available. The hotel was sold out. So now the question
Vegas.
is...
There's a billion hotels there.
Yeah, but he wants to stay in the hotel where we all have to meet in the lobby at 4 a.m. To stay at another hotel is kind of inconvenient. But I did present that as an option. Why not stay in another hotel? Instead, the option that was presented was, hey, Brian needs a place to stay. Who's willing to have Brian in their room? And I was like, well, he should just get his own room, right? I mean, there are, of the 5 women, 2 of them are gay.
2 of the women are gay.
Yeah, me and one other.
So you guys can share a room or can't share a room?
So I pitched, I'd probably be one of the best people to share a room because nothing's going to happen.
Oh, I got it. This is why it's interesting, because now you've got a married guy, and if you look at this on paper, it seems fishy. Guy spends night in Vegas hotel room with woman who's not white. But if Allie, the unattractive lesbian, is the option, then all of a sudden it becomes a lot more palatable.
Excuse me, there's another unattractive lesbian he can pick from too. No, I don't know what she looks like. But I offered up my room because not only do I have a 2-queen bed situation.
You want him to split the cost.
Well, that's a possibility.
Right, of course. I know why, Allie. Let's be honest.
It's only one night. If I get control of the TV and I get to control the bedtime, then I'm willing to let him stay in my room.
What's the bed situation? 2 beds or 1?
I just said 2 queens.
2 queens.
I have 2 queens. But then one of the other people on the trip offered to have him bunk up with her. And she is straight and single. And they've known each other for a long time as friends. But they all kind of know each other, including the wife. And I'm wondering why this is the situation that suddenly is happening, to the point where they said, hey, I'm going to share with Brian, but I only have a king. Can we swap rooms so that we can have the double queen room?
Oh, so interesting. So rather than stay with you in the room you have set, which is a room that already has 2 beds, and you're a gay lady and he's a straight man, and there's zero sexual
Easy
chemistry.
situation.
He's asking to avoid staying with you. If you can swap over, take the king bedroom by yourself, and then he'll move into the room with 2 beds, but with the straight woman.
Straight single woman.
Straight
and this
single
involves me calling the hotel and adding them to my reservation so that they can check into my hotel room and I can check into theirs.
Maybe they have a relationship that's full of trust, and the wife completely trusts him and has no problem with him staying in a room with another straight woman.
Yes, but think about if you had this situation, what would be okay?
Well, there's not one part of this situation that applies to my relationship. I wouldn't be staying at this hotel you're at. I wouldn't be going on this stupid rafting trip.
Okay,
but
if there was a situation where, well, Klein doesn't have a place to stay, here are the options.
Right.
Would your wife be okay with you staying with a single straight woman, regardless of how long you've been friends with that person, that nothing's happened?
I think that she would have an issue. I feel like it would definitely lead to
lots of conversations, right?
It would lead to at least a conversation. And would I be thrilled with her? I mean, let me think about this. Would I be thrilled with her staying? Because she used to travel a lot of times, and she, she's in fashion, so most of the guys are super gay, so it was never really a concern of mine. She was like, I'm going to stay with Chow or something. I was like, great, stay with Chow.
Yeah.
I don't care. It doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah, but you never know if there's a random situation where I've talked to plenty of gay guys that have hooked up with women on trips.
You have?
Yeah.
Well, then they're not gay guys.
Well, anything can happen, especially in a place like Vegas. You never know. Not to shake your trust, sorry.
But aren't you all loading up and ready to hit the river with your crap cans and your personal toilet? It's like there's nothing sexy about this. Nothing about
but the first night is. 949 said these 2 are planning to F for sure.
Well, maybe they are.
Why are they going through such effort to make sure that they're the ones staying with each other? Isn't that a bit of a red flag?
I would rather stay with someone that I have comfortability with than someone that I don't know at all. And I guess you're the stranger, and he's got a comfortability with this girl, even if she is straight and single, and even if he is married and straight. The wife, it's this guy's wife that I think should probably get the ultimate say.
Right. She should be the one to decide.
Yeah.
And wouldn't she go with random lesbian stranger over longtime single straight friend?
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of guys, the concept of staying with a lesbian in theory sounds fun and hot. They haven't met you yet, but in theory, I'm saying, right?
Thank you so much. I am fun. All right? Anything can happen with me. 323, I don't know what the answer is in this situation. All I know is that, Allie, you are a doormat.
Yeah, it does feel like whatever's happening here, you're being somehow cuckolded. Like you're still either they're cucking for you for your room, or like you.
I obviously got the better room reservation.
Right, because you got the 2 beds, but why would you need 2 beds if it's just you?
One of them is for the suitcase.
Yeah, it seems unnecessary.
One of them is for food. One of them is for the random crap I want to throw on my bed, the dirty towels, all of it.
I'm very curious as to what is the right answer here.
I'm still 323. I'm trying to figure out why he is comfortable doing this in the first place. Why is he so fine staying with her?
Right. And why? And just out of curiosity, why would he want to go on this? This trip sounds like it's a big rah go women. I know, Allie, you don't think women count, but I do.
It's not a rah go women trip.
It feels like it.
No, it's a Grand Canyon trip for all ages except 12 and up, and all genders and everybody.
But it feels like everyone you know is all women.
In my group, yes, but I'm sure the ratio is half and half. At least it is in a lot of the videos I've been watching. I think that men love nature crap like this.
No, not me.
Not you, but a lot of other guys do. Omar, you would love a trip like this, wouldn't you?
I would love this. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
But Omar,
and he's a man's man.
Omar, let me ask you, because you're in a similar situation. You're married to a woman. You're a straight man.
Mm-hmm.
Would your wife be cool with you sharing a hotel room with another woman that was a single straight woman, or would she rather you shared the hotel room with Allie, the homely lesbian?
Okay, can we stop calling me a homely lesbian? I'm not
probably
homely.
The homely lesbian.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Omar.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting because Omar's wife actually does like Allie.
Yeah, and if I was going to stay in a room with Omar's wife, probably some stuff would happen. 909, they call him Chow because he loves chowing down on Klein's wife.
All right. I knew that's why his name was Chow. He's like, hey, I'm Chow.
And I'm hungry.
Well, there you have it. I don't know the answer here.
This guy would rather risk his marriage than stay with Allie.
That's really what's going on here. It really is unbelievable, KROQ. Monday, Tuesday. No one cares about Wednesday. Thursday. Forget that noise. Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the rear end? Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for the rear end? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, trash. Thursday, Friday.
forget about that. Friday, Saturday, where it's at. And Sunday, sleeping in, eating brunch. Hit the beach or hit the mall. Go out with friends, do nothing at all. Sleep in, watch movies, read books. Anything goes, just take a look. Are you ready for the weekend? Yeah. Are you ready for the rear end? No. Are you ready for the weekend? Yeah. Are you ready for the rear end? No. Are you ready for the weekend? Yeah. Are you